hotter takes that I am hot about.
Nothing but rants.
Hot takes.
3-point stance, we advance. Ball in my hands, I don't take no chance. Touchdown dance, that's my jam. No hot takes, this is nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. You know Brooks finna cook, let him rain. Try to do it like us, but you can't. Stay the young, going dumb with the chance. Big plays lead to even bigger bands. What's up? What's the word? What's the play? What we talking about? On the scene with the team, yeah, we popping out. NBR, let's get it, let's go. Film guy, get them ready for the show. What it is, what it ain't, what's happening? We gon' hit you with the stats and the facts, man. NBR, let's get it, let's go. Film guy, get them ready for the show. 3-point stance, we advance. Ball in my hands, I don't take no chance. Touchdown dance, that's my jam. No hot takes, this is nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Hey, shout it end zone dancing. We about to start it up, it's the anthem. That right, big rings got me handsome. Hold them up like we came for the ransom. I'm in the field, 2-minute drill. Highlight reel, let's review, what's the deal, okay? Watching footage going out of control. Buckle up, we got an hour to go, so let's go, that's straight heat. Ain't no chillin' around here. Back that back, Nat Chance, how we feelin' around here? Got my whole squad in the building around here. If my name ain't on it, then I really don't care. Come on. 3-point stance, we advance. Ball in my hands, I don't take no chance. Touchdown dance, that's my jam. No hot takes, this is nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. Nothing but rants. The beat on the beat, hey. Yeah.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? Really like that. You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous, is it Tuesday? Tuesday evening here on the network. We got an absolutely loaded show for you guys tonight. Had not one, but two film studies go out today. We'll bring you the recaps on those. One of them featuring a football team in the premier game day matchup of the weekend. We got predictions here on a Tuesday on the network. We got best bets. Somebody gonna put them gloves on for the first time, and he ain't gonna share them. He gonna wear them by his lonesome here on tonight's show, and much, much more on the broadcast tonight. But I'm gonna start with breaking news, boys. We have breaking news here on the network. Yep, right here. The assistants just handed it to me. We have a new rankings that have just arrived on the desk. Yes,
I'd like to hear these.
Quarterback rankings. We're going to start with the SEC. That assistants just handed it to me. It hit the desk. Only works for our very minuscule podcast audience. We are available on podcasts, however, wherever you get them. But anyways, let's start with the SEC quarterback rankings. It has become a Tuesday tradition here on the network. Number 10. Actually, let's go TBD. Arch Manning. This weekend, big weekend for Arch Manning this weekend. Also, an I'll be back category, Terminator, John Mateer. Okay, over here, separate.
What does Arch have to do to get back in the top 10 for you?
Just not look rattled. Like, I don't need to see you go throw for 330. Just have clean mechanics. I'll be very, very interested to see our study tomorrow on Arch. Tonight, I'm going to, after the night show, break open that Sam Houston tape. It's a fool me once, don't fool me twice, can't get fooled again type deal because I've seen him eat up mid-major comp. Now, I know he looked like, rattled against San Jose State and then showed out against Sam Houston State. A lot of state schools there. But I just want to see, like, calm, cool, collected. It could even be 18 for 24, 260. They leaned on the run game and got out of there. I just don't want to see, bro, what's going on with your mechanics? Why are you rattled? That's all I care about. Number 10. Also, let's start off the list. Lenore Seller's still off the spoon. Garrett Nussmeier has thrown his way into this discussion with injury and still putting the ball at risk. Are you noticing this, Jonathan? Still, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are we throwing balls that you're throwing right now? I know you have no run game. I know you feel like you're under pressure quite often, even though the sack numbers aren't there because you're getting rid of the football because you don't want to get hit because you're hurt. But it's just still very worrisome with the decision-making processes, Jonathan.
Yeah, I think it probably does boil down to the lack of run game. It puts a lot of pressure on his shoulders because, I mean, you're literally going to have to throw your way to a win. But I would also say that it's also just – this might just be who he is at this point. I mean, this is year 2 of it. And I think we saw some growth at first, like at the beginning of the season, like when they went into Clemson – it felt like, okay, he's avoiding some of these turnover-worthy throws, and he's just playing clean quarterback play, which is what we expected from him. But at this point, now that we're in conference play, might just be who he is at this point.
I've still got him up at 8. I lied. He's still 8 on my list. Let's go to number 10, Blake Chafin at Mississippi State. Playing good football, playing explosive football, taking some sacks and turning it over when he does so, at least this weekend. But we'll see as it continues.
I don't know if I can put that sack.
That's not on him. That dude, Tyree West out here playing ball lately. Have y'all noticed that?
Yeah.
He's had 2 career games in a row. Number 9, Bo Pribula. I think Pribs is really, really talented. Am I allowed to call him Pribs? I like that.
I don't know. I haven't heard anybody else do that.
Big Bo? I don't know. Bo Pribula playing good ball, but still rather loose, okay, playing a little bit too free for me. I like some chicken and rice every once in a while. Number 8, Garrett Nussmeier, we already talked about it. Number 7, Taylor Green. A situation where I don't think it's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Now, like, granted, we're going to see how it continues with Bobby Petrino moving forward, but, man, I feel like you remain in this list on the SEC rankings because you're a great individual talent, but it seems like everything around you is crumbling. Number 6, Marcel Reed. I don't think Marcel played very bad this weekend. They are a sputter and spit offense as a whole. They are either explosive as all get out or giving it right back to you pretty quickly via a punt. He hasn't necessarily played turnover-worthy football, but they're having problems with the kicking game. At least this weekend they did. Number 5, Gunnar Stockton. We've talked about it ad nauseum this week. We'll continue to talk about it in the local hour some tonight. Number 4, Trinidad Chambliss. Out there at Ole Miss. Bro, you saw it here today. On the film study, my boy is ripping some footballs about now.
He's had 2 good performances, but to jump up into number 4,
well, it's really been 3, John or Kirby.
Yeah,
it's really been 3. The Tulane game was individually as special as all the other football games that he's put on display. Really, really impressive so far. He cracked my top 10 in the national college football rankings this week. Yeah, Trinidad out here playing good ball. Number 3. Diego Pavia. We're going to talk a lot about Diego Pavia tonight, so I don't want to spoil my film note takes on him. I am furthermore falling in love with my man Diego. You guys know me. I am a football lover. I love dudes who play football as if they love football, not like football, or just happen to be good at football. This dude loves football, and you can see it on tape, and I love that about him. Number 2, Joey Aguilar. We have a new number 1, Ty Simpson. Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback.
Understandable. Gunner fell off the list, huh?
No, he's number 5.
He's number 5. That's what I was going to ask.
Did you say him,
or? What makes you think that Gunner is playing better than a guy like Marcel Reed, a guy like Taylor Green, a guy like Garrett Nussmeier? Like, what makes you think that he's playing? Because, I mean, just based off the film study this week of he's leaving yards on tape, not the most complete quarterback yet, like, what makes you keep him in the top 5?
That Tennessee performance still. I'm holding serve on that. That's a road performance with big-time throws. There were 5 or 6 big-time throws in that football game. And look, there still are signs of it when he has to do it, right? The Zachariah Branch throws big-time throw this weekend.
For sure.
Right? I think that football game looks a lot differently if that 65-yarder gets caught by Taylor Green.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big-time throw.
So those types of plays go one way or the other. I think also, like, the running has – dude, him bouncing twice – on an SEC football team this weekend, insane. I did not realize that we're that. Like, we're able to do that. So I think we're still going to build, man. Some of this is still like, I trust you to continue to play better football. You know.
And then my second question: Joey versus Ty. What gives Ty the edge over Joey right now?
One more.
Joey versus Ty. Yeah. You have Joey below Ty Simpson right now. Joey Aguilar. What gives Ty Simpson the edge right now?
What you done for me lately, and I don't think the turnovers are necessarily going to disappear right now on Joey's tape. Okay, because some of that stuff, you need. Can we get rid of that somehow?
I don't know if you can get rid of a supercharger.
Yeah, that's a flaw in YouTube's system. We don't even need to.
We don't condone that.
Yeah, we don't condone that at all. What were we talking about?
Ty versus Joey right now.
Yeah, the turnovers in the middle of the field right now, I don't think are going to just suddenly disappear. All right, for Joey, it's been really 3 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
He did it against Georgia, and it got him twice. And it really could have got him a third time if my memory serves me correctly. Mm-hmm. It got him twice against Mississippi State, and it probably could have got him a third time for the Chris Brazzell play that we showed. Now, the dude's going to throw for 350 every Saturday. He threw for 325, 330 this weekend. Should have been damn near 450. There were so many drops on tape, downfield drops, big-time explosive drops. So that would be my answer. Just Ty is not putting the ball at like, whoa, bad miss risk. He's putting the ball at you're doing a little bit too much risk. And I'm okay with that because he has to compete on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12.
Okay, I got you. I just know that, like, what has shocked me is I know he's had some turnover, like a little bit of a turnover issue, that being Joey Aguilar. But, I mean, I haven't seen him getting much love in the Heisman race recently, which I think is a little bit disrespectful. The guy leads the conference right now in passing yards. So I was just curious, like, what gave Ty Simpson the edge, not discrediting you or anything like that.
Yeah, I think it's Ty Simpson for me, at least, just because of the turnover issues and the head-to-head record. I know that necessarily doesn't always matter, but it does in Heisman voting.
Joey did have some big-time huevos late in the fourth quarter on the road at Mississippi State.
Absolutely.
So it was a tough 1-2 this week, especially with Mateer out. The last several weeks has been easy, just pick and stick, put Mateer at the top, and then figure out the rest.
That matchup will be handled in 3 Saturdays, so we'll get a much clearer answer.
Man, that's going to be a good football game.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's going to be a good football game. I love that that's turned into a annually good football game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For 15 years, it was like, how bad is Alabama going to be?
My entire life, I feel like.
Yeah, for 15 years. I think that
my
was the
entire
streak.
football watching life, it's been like that. All right, let's get into our college football nationwide top 10. Some exits on the list. Nuss fell off. Hoover fell off for the same reason. All right, a lot of people asking where my Josh Hoover love went. Away with some of them turnover-worthy throws on the road. That stuff's scary, man. Like, I'm all for trying to fit balls into tight windows, but I'm not all for, like, hitting defenders in the face with the rock. Like, I'm not okay with that. And when those things happen, I'm like, whoa. We gotta evaluate this, and we probably gotta drop this. Maeva dropped out of my list just because I felt like he got out explosive by Luke Altmaier. Like, and that alone, like, I'm a big Maeva fan. I think he's gonna be a guy that's gonna play in the league maybe for a while. Like, he's big, he can make NFL throws. He's a really good athlete. Like, I'm not out on him. He just didn't make the list this weekend. Taylor Green, we already talked about it. I think that's a team issue, not necessarily a him issue. The ICU list this week. Malik Washington remains from Maryland. I believe they were on a bye this week, if my memory serves me correctly there. Julian Sayin, it was the same performance for me on the road at Washington. Do we all agree there? I feel like I've seen the same Julian Sayin for 4 or 5 weeks now.
Absolutely. Efficient
underneath a savant, right? Underneath 20 and in, super accurate, makes quick, timely decisions, all that great stuff. Doesn't turn the ball over, which means they're going to be a playoff team because they got the nation's best defense. So they're okay there. Chandler Morris. How about that? The Virginia quarterback making the list this week. He's playing really, really good football, as he should. Former offensive coordinator's son, right? Coach's kid, all that good stuff. How about a soon-to-be on this list, C.J. Carr out there in Notre Dame?
That was the one I was going to ask
he's
about.
coming back in.
Yeah, soon-to-be C.J. Carr out there in Notre Dame. Number 10, Trinidad Chambliss out there at Ole Miss. Explosive football. Look, every Ole Miss quarterback, as long as Lane Kiffin's there, is probably going to do big-time numbers. When you add on to the fact that the dude's an elite running threat, they're really, really hard to stop. I think that offense is going to be legit moving forward throughout the season. Bro, if LSU can't cover you, I don't know who's going to be able to, and LSU could not cover them. Would you agree or disagree, Jonathan?
They certainly had trouble doing
it. Difficulty.
Yeah, Trinidad's out here throwing for 330, and they're controlling the time of possession. They're out here holding the rock and taking 87 snaps on your butt, and you're one of the best, I think, paper defenses in college football. Number 9, Dylan Raiola. We had an off week. I'm not knocking it. Number 8, Caden Hauser out there at ECU. Shout out to the Pirates, swing your sword. All right? This dude is chunking it every single night. Charlie Baker in that offense, or John David Baker, in that offense, doing a really, really good job throwing it up. Number 7, Diego Pavia. Cannot get more in love with that dude as a football player. Number 6, Carson Beck. You want to interrupt?
I was going to say, who would you classify as more of a football player, Gunnar Stockton or Diego Pavia?
Diego Pavia. More baller, too. There's so much baller in that kid.
You're a swag guy.
No. I don't care how. It's not even the drip. It's not even like because he's short, stocky. He kind of he's not like that guy. He's not like aura king. No, he's a baller. He's a playmaker. Like you saw some of the stuff today where we're just like we're rolling left on option and we're getting attacked and we just sling one to the back who's really out of pitch phase, but we're playing ball. Like hey, we're climbing the pocket. Running back slips out, gets loose. We're just going to flick one. Just a baller. Just so much baller on tape. We're going to talk about it more later. I got a whole list of rat-a-tat-tat of why I love Diego Pavia coming up on the film study notes. So there's that. Where are we at? Number 6, Carson Beck. Number 5, Mendoza. I'll put Mendoza in the list. You know, he should have been in there last week. You know what? I found that this week it ain't banging like it was last week. And you know why?
Because you didn't leave somebody off.
Not enough rage bait. This week's list was not it was not arguable enough. The only people showing up in the Minchies this week are Notre Dame fans occasionally, and that's really it. Nobody complaining. So I gotta purposely leave somebody off this next week if we want to be, you know, really, really rage baiting. Where are we at? Number 4, Joey Aguilar. Take a slight dip for me this week. Number 3, Ty Simpson. Number 2, Sawyer Robinson. Number 1, fresh debut at the top. Oregon's own, Dante Moore.
Rightfully so, in my
I
opinion.
agree with that one. The Sawyer Robinson one's interesting to me.
Oh, buddy, Big Mother Chucker. You ain't watching the Baylor Bears?
I watched it. It's just
Here's how I know if Baylor Bears creative team is watching me. If y'all ain't clipping the Big Mother Chucker out here, like that's such a good. I know all my nicknames aren't cool. But that is a big mother chucker. That dude is 6'5", 200 and damn near 50 pounds, and every ball he throws, 45 yards downfield, chucking it. And it's so big and long and just
yeah.
I don't know where he's from.
What else is it?
Whoa. I don't know where he's from, but he strikes me as a Midwesterner.
It's
He strikes me like he was working on the farm one day.
Definitely. I do feel like Jay Maeva deserves to be in this top.
Is he a Texas kid?
Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah. Oil fields out there now. How Texas Tech let that Big Mother Chucker go?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe he just always
What
wanted.
happened to your boy? What happened to your
What's
boy
up?
Darian Mensah?
Done fell off. Nah, he's playing good ball.
He played good against Syracuse.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that tells you how much Angeli meant to that team.
It also tells you like just how much Duke fans don't exist on the football internet because they ain't out here giving me smoke for that one. And they also didn't give me love showing up with the ball knower comments when I had him as, you know, a Heisman potential and a top 10 quarterback going into the season. So
yeah,
we're just avoiding them. They're not good for the algorithm.
Color me shocked that the Duke Blue Devils aren't vastly overwhelming in the Twitter space for football.
Brother, I was out here talking about them as a playoff team. They're a playoff team in my preseason predictions. No love from the Dukies. And guess what? I'm out here doubting their quarterback and leaving them off lists multiple weeks in a row. No hatred from the Dukies.
Yeah.
So they just don't exist.
We feel the same way about Kansas State. We picked them preseason, did nothing. We've shunned them since. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
Jay, well, you can't ignore it. We picked them.
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
We need to own up to our mistakes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. If you want to lie to the beautiful
I'm not lying.
audience,
I don't remember what you're talking about.
I do feel like you're kind of sleeping on Jay Maeva. He's got 1,500 passing yards. I think he's accounted for 15 touchdowns as well.
You
But
think I'm sleeping?
I think you're sleeping a little bit on him.
You think I'm sleeping?
Just a bit.
I wouldn't be sleeping on nobody, especially our friends over at Sleeper, okay? Head over there today with a 100% deposit match with promo code Brooks and get in on the action. Sleeper is a fantasy sports plus real money gaming app focused on bringing people together through sports and gaming. Sleeper has become the fastest organically growing fantasy platform in the world. Again, if you use promo code Brooks today, you'll get a 100% deposit match over there on Sleeper. Can't be sleeping on Jaden Maeva. Can't be sleeping on Sleeper. Can't be sleeping on our friends. That's for dang sure.
For sure.
All right, boys. I watched Vandy today.
Did you think that you would start any segment ever in your life since you started the show of, hey, I broke down some Vandy film?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we did it last year. I knew at some point on this network, the more and more we got nationally based and doing national content, that eventually they were going to nab somebody and I was going to have to come on here and explain it. Did I ever think I was going to come out of Vandy study thinking they got a chance to score 35 on the road this week at Alabama? Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Do you feel that way now?
Yeah, kind of. If you mess around, they will gut you this year. They're totally different. And we're going to talk about it right now. I think Diego Pavia might be the best ball-playing dude we have watched on our network. Any kickback. Jonathan, you're in here for 95% of studies. When I think about ball player, dude who absolutely loves ball, the dude that's 10 of 12, tough-ass physical carries between the tackles per game, period, hard stop, every single Saturday, you know he's going to get it. It's sicko behavior in the option game that this ball-playing dude's got. I mean, the amount of times he's holding the football late and just taking a shot and just boom, just late pitch, ball player. The stones to stand in the pass protection game when he's 5 foot nothing. Okay, just absolutely taking shots in the face while delivering shots down the field. An absolute ball-playing dude. Oh, and by the way, now dealing dimes down the field. Rolling left, ripping the football 25, 30 yards downfield on a comeback route, right? And on top of that, I feel like Bobby, or what's his name from Friday Night Lights, Daddy? And he blocks. And he blocks. He's out here blocking in the option game. Jonathan, is there a more football-playing dude that we have studied on this network than Diego Pavia? Close second, Xavier Brown?
Yeah. Quarterback?
Just period. Like, we watch him, and I come away going, I can't stop talking about the amount of football that dude makes me want to love.
Caleb Downs, I think, would be.
Caleb Downs, but that's savant.
So different.
That's savant, mental edge. That dude knows ball. That's all kind of like robot, like guru, never born again, never to be seen again type of instincts. I don't know who makes me think of connotes ball. That dude's ball playing.
Yeah, I would agree with you. From what we have watched this year, we haven't really watched anybody like that.
And honestly, I think it trickled down affects their whole entire football team, because you guys have watched college football a long time. The audience has listened to watch college football for a long time. And in college football, I truly believe you are who your best player is at oftentimes. Right? I think back, there's dozens and thousands of examples of this in college football. Most notably, probably like Cam Newton at Auburn. He was a superhero, felt like a superhero. And I'm not comparing Diego to that. I'm just giving you another example of the team just absorbing that identity. I feel like Oklahoma's got some of this year. Absorbing the identity of John Mateer. And that absorption of that identity of a special player, your best player being the identity of your football team, lifts up a roster that necessarily is talent deficient when they go in some of these environments in the SEC. Your team in college football will be who your leaders are. And oftentimes in football, this is the case, but it's really exacerbated in college football. And Vandy is a tough, competitive, irrationally confident, playmaking, gutsy football team. They are all of those things because their quarterback is all of those things. That's what Vandy football is right now. Their philosophy offensively has changed too. It's not just gimmicky. It's not just, they're living off a prayer with their quarterback. No, their offense last year in 2024 was very methodically based. It was very 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It was very whatever you want to say, right? Building drives, 12, 8, 10, and then bam, maybe once in a while, hitting you with an explosive shot. In 2025, guys, they're totally different. They are hunting downfield explosives consistently on a drive-to-drive basis. Guys, I watched this football team get into empty, run quarterback draw, immediately get on the ball when they pick up a first down in empty, and go 5 wide, switch release verts. That's not Vandy from a year ago. Vandy from a year ago felt like a wishbone triple option team watching Air Force win in the SEC. That ain't it anymore. They're throwing the football down the field. I felt like they were 3 or 4 balls going the right way away from just absolutely exploding all over South Carolina's defensive backfield. So that is what they are this year. They have totally changed. I also love, and this is a shout out, we said it on the film study, it's a shout out to Barton Simmons and their director of player personnel, because they kind of got gutted last year via the transfer portal. When a school like Vandy has found diamonds in the rough and goes out here and wins 8 games in the SEC, and their bowl game, and they're bowl eligible, and they're surprising Alabama. Guess what? Eyes are on their roster. In today's day and age, eyes being on Vandy's roster means Vandy's roster is getting poached. And that's what happened. Florida State stole an offensive lineman. So-and-so steals an offensive lineman. So guess what? Vandy had to go rebuild, and they did. Their offensive line is really, really good. Their offensive line, in my opinion, I got it right here, thin-ankled efforters. That's what they got. They got thin-ankled offensive linemen that are really, really good east to west, and they fight their backside off for 4 quarters. All right, because their quarterback does as well. It happens every single time. We said this about Notre Dame's football team last year as well. They are all really, really well or good movers up front, and they did a good job this year.
And this is why you can't just like box score opponents, because if you, knowing what Vandy was last year, and if you go look at the stats, you'd see, oh, Vanderbilt is 18th in the country in rushing yards. So they're obviously just running the ball, and then they're trying to be explosive off of that, and they're just running the same offense that they did last year. Whereas the tape would tell you otherwise. They're doing not the complete opposite. They still have some of those offensive identities that they did last year, but they're still doing a lot of different things, and they're attacking you very differently in the passing game. Like I felt like last year, Vanderbilt was trying to attack in the passing game by getting you with misdirection in the run game, like running it into your face constantly, and then they'd slip the tight end, and then he would run for 30 yards. Like that's how they were creating explosive. Now it's we're going to set it up, 3-step drop, and we're going to chunk 140 yards down the field, and they might hit it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the added wrinkles, and not even just added wrinkles, the kind of updated philosophy that this offense has had going into this next year or 2025 has been very impressive to watch. Because like we said last year, yeah, they got teams because of the way they ran the offense, but it was never going to be sustainable. It feels like they have a sustainable model now. Now, obviously, you're going to need someone to replace Diego Pavia next year, but we'll worry about that later.
Some elite playmakers with the ball in their hands as well.
Yeah.
We watched it today. We loved 0, 6, 4, 41 the back.
Yeah, 41.
2's really, really good. Like, they're fun to watch. I think they got an opportunity this weekend. I don't know. We're going to pick it tonight. I just don't know how they're going to ultimately score enough. All right, I think defensively they might get overwhelmed. Let's move on to these Ole Miss film notes. We'll be quick here because it seemed like not a lot of people watch this. I think I have a new favorite study, though. I think offensively, my favorite guy to study is Lane Kiffin in college football. For a while, I thought the answer was going to be Sark there. It's no longer Sark. It's 100%. Every time I watch Lane Kiffin, I'm like, damn, dude, you're a magician. You're out here working. You're out here understanding defensive concepts, putting them in vulnerabilities every single time. And they have no ability to disguise coverage or change the looks on you because you play with pace. And now you have a running quarterback, and it's just so much stuff going on. Guys, they're running split zone in 10 personnel, or 0-1 personnel with no running back on the field. They got a tight end lined up as a running back. He's 6'5", 300 or 255 pounds, standing next to the quarterback wearing 8, and people are counting it as a running back, and now all of a sudden he's running split zone out of it. And then he's running quarterback counter out of it. And then next thing you know, they're back on the ball, and the wide receivers lined up at the running back position. And they're running fake truck toss, bam, tight end for a 30-yard explosive. And it's just every single week, tight end slipping, going naked right down the middle of the field, just wide open. Oh, now he's got a wide receiver outside that they feel comfortable like welcoming LSU into bump and run situations and just throwing 6, like my guy's better than your guy. Like deep balls on LSU. So, like, they to me, are a realistic offensive team, especially because Chambliss is a dude, Caden Lee and Deuce Alexander are dudes. The running back, Kewan Lacey, is taking care of everything that their offensive line is not. And their offensive line is not. They're just not elite. They're not very good. They get shed all the time. Defensive linemen standing at the feet of the offensive line, 2 yards in the backfield. We saw a clip today. All 5 LSU line of scrimmage defenders are behind Ole Miss offensive linemen the moment Kewan Lacey touches the ball. And it ends up as an 8-yard carry. Like, how? Because he is special. He's playing special football right now.
Mm-hmm. I think Ole Miss is one of the bigger surprises of the season so far because we kind of wrote them off saying, hey, 2024 was your window. You got all these transfers. You spent all this money. You didn't get anything out of that. You didn't make the playoff. We're kind of, pushing you to the backside here.
Boom, 6 weeks in. Yeah. 4th team in the country.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's the impressive part about it, and that's solely based on the offensive performance performing what we thought they would.
Now, chat's bringing up a great point. I don't mean to cut you off because it needs to be talked about before. It's in the notes. It needs to be talked about before we even get into the future of Ole Miss because I think it's very 11-1able, very 10-2able, considering when they get the road games, when they get their home games. They haven't won a real SEC matchup this year so far on the road. They went on the road to Kentucky with Austin Simmons as their quarterback, and they stumbled out of the blocks and ultimately found a way to win that football game. Their first true road test is October 18th. They will basically go 65% of the season without a real road game before they go play Georgia October 18th. And they will be undefeated when they come to Athens. There is no doubt in my mind. They got to beat Washington State, essentially, and then I think they get a bye before they come to Athens.
Yeah, and while Ole Miss has certainly been a surprise, the questions that I had about the team still haven't exactly gone away. The preseason questions I had about them of offensive line was a big question for me. I still don't think they're that great offensive in that department. And then also defensively, they're struggling in some areas. They don't have difference makers up front on the defensive line. So those questions were the big ones that I had of your defensive front last year was a major reason why you had so much success and why you were a borderline playoff team. And that's kind of rearing up right now. And I mean, they played an LSU offense this past weekend who doesn't exactly have great offensive line play either. And so that's just a question that I have right now for them still. Like, they've looked great. I think they might have solved some quarterback concerns that they had, but still just have some questions about everything else.
What's craziest to me is that he's finding ways to run the football and protect us. Like, they don't take Chambliss doesn't take sacks because he's such an elite ball carrier. He's making guys miss constantly. But their ability to run the football right now without an offensive line that ever resets the line of scrimmage is rather magical. Like, it is a magician's act by Lane Kiffin. Or maybe they just played some really, really poorly tackling teams. But I don't venture to say that about LSU. Mm-hmm. They got dudes that can tackle on that football team. That's another thing that came away from that note. LSU is the biggest back seven in college football.
Yeah, they're big.
They're massive. They play three linebackers constantly, both of the Weeks brothers or one of the Weeks brothers and then another linebacker. And then Harold Perkins is out there, Harold Perkins, and playing great football, impactful football, scary football, all right? And then their safety unit is massive. They got a safety number 10, I forget his name, and number 13. Number 10 is 6'3", 205 pounds. Number 13 is 6', 223. Kirby, they're playing with a safety that's damn near 225. And then they rotate three corners that are all over 6 foot. One of them 6'5". Like, they play so big that, I think they're a really, really good defense. It's a shame they got left on the field so damn much against Ole Miss. Those are my notes. I think Ole Miss is an 11-1, 10-2 football team. They're playoffs. I think.
I would have to agree with you.
The schedule's very favorable.
Very.
I mean, it's the SEC, but it's when you get them, right?
Georgia and Oklahoma back-to-back on the road
tough.
is rough.
But, dude, they've survived to this point.
The Egg Bowl.
They got by LSU.
The Egg Bowl on the road is going to be tough this year. That's a very explosive offense that we've seen. So there's still time to stumble, and Lane Kiffin does lose a game that he usually shouldn't. So
speaking of stumbling, Kirby, I believe you stumbled upon a take this afternoon.
Yeah, so we were kind of previewing this Florida State versus Miami game coming up and talked about how this might just be the pseudo ACC title. If you win this game, you go to the ACC. And I think that we are underestimating how wide open this conference is. There's currently 9 undefeated teams left in the ACC. Now, that is largely in part because a third of them haven't even played ACC games and the others have played one. But there's a lot of stuff to go down in this conference. Just listen to this. Georgia Tech's 2-0. They have the toughest remaining game at Duke. There's a very real chance that they are in the ACC championship. Virginia's 2-0. They just beat Florida State. They've got Louisville, Cal, and Duke on their schedule. Duke is 2-0. They've got Cal, Clemson, and Virginia. We've got a Cal team that's 1-0 right now, outperforming things. They've also got they've got Duke, Louisville, and Virginia. Can't forget about Louisville as well. I know that they've kind of stumbled upon their ways to ACC championships. And speaking of SMU that they haven't played yet, they haven't suffered a conference loss yet. I know they're 2-2. I know they don't look great. I know they don't look like the playoff team they were last year. They still could get teams. By the way, let's not forget that Syracuse, while they are down a quarterback right now, is always good to play spoiler. Clemson, at some point, you'd have to think is going to get one of these teams as well. So I just listed off 7 to 8 teams before you even got to Florida State versus Miami. So I know as far as conference play goes, things are still very, very early in the season. But as far as I'm concerned, this conference is wide open. Now, obviously, the winner of Florida State Miami is going to feel like they're in really good position, but the ACC could Big 12 itself like we've seen before.
You know what you just described, Kirby?
What's that?
You kind of just described the SEC.
Yeah.
I'm going to list off a bunch of football teams, okay? And you raise your hand if this football team's fan base would say that, no way, we're not a playoff team. We don't have a shot, okay? Ole Miss, we just got done talking about them.
Nope.
Bama, obviously they think they're a playoff team. Georgia still thinks they're a playoff team. Texas certainly still thinks they're a playoff team. They think they can defense or run the football on their way to a playoff appearance. How about Texas A&M? Mm-hmm. Who's more confident right now as a fan base in Texas A&M?
Alabama.
Tennessee still feels really, really good, right? Missouri. I mean, Missouri looks at their schedule and goes, hell yeah, 10-2. Hell yeah, we can do that. LSU. If we just find an offense and get Garrett healthy, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first question mark. LSU. Now, here's where we get a little crazy. Vandy?
There's some reason to believe it could happen, but just still feels too early. Like this weekend will be the biggest indicator.
The brand itself is just that's not a playoff team.
Now, Oklahoma survives however long John Mateer's rehab process is. They're going to be all right.
Mm-hmm.
That fan base still feels the good. Guys, I just routed off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They ain't going to be 11 playoff teams at the end of this sucker.
No, they
aren't. And all of them play like 6 of them. You know what I mean? In this conference. So you're going to eat yourself alive.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to absolutely eat yourself alive this year.
You're going to eat yourself alive. There's going to be some really disappointed SEC teams at the end of the year. A lot of disappointed football fans in general at the end of this year. And there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be sitting there at 9-3 at the end of the year. When, like, especially like picture this. If Missouri does go 10-2 and they are the third or fourth SEC team to get into the playoff, there's going to be some 9-3 SEC teams that are going to be saying, we should be in over Missouri. Look at our schedule compared to theirs. Look at what we did. Look at what they had to go through compared to what we did. And they would have the right in some regard to be pissed off about that, but that's just going to be the reality of it.
Yeah, I think that you're really setting yourself up for a lot of unhappy and disappointed fan bases. We saw it last year with South Carolina and Alabama. I think you're going to have 4 or 5 of those teams this year where it's like, hey, we definitely deserve to be in. And it's only going to lead.
Got lazy. Oh.
In the world? It's only going to lead to more call for expansion. So just buckle up for that because there are going to be 4 SEC teams that talk about we deserve to be in. This is why we need to go to 16.
I don't think there's going to be more. Well, we're going to 16 no matter what.
Right.
Obviously. Breaking news. I think more. That's the song of the day. Holy ADD. The ultimate thing this is going to cause is people to riot about the college football playoff rankings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People are going to riot.
And what has been the classic response when people aren't happy about the rankings?
No. I'm with you. But it's just going to be I think we got a hard stop at 16. I don't think the general college football fan wants anything further than that.
No,
well, we said that about 12. Like we're multiplying it by 3. This is plenty. There's no way anyone.
I hate when you go straw man like this.
I'm just telling you.
Let's take a poll. Hey, chat, are you going to be mad if they go past 16? I think you are.
They will be. But let your team get that 17 spot. I'm telling you right now, it happens let your team get that 17 spot and let the 16 team lose by 2 scores. And everyone's gonna say we got to fix something.
Welcome to sports.
Yeah, so that's where it is.
Someone's got to get left out. Just is what it is. That's reality.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, couldn't even hand it to me.
Nope. Well, I actually tossed it down because the other one's by your other foot. I wasn't trying to be a dick. All right, hey, we got best bets. We're gonna be quick here because I think I'm being too good. I'm too good. I've been winning lately. I can't be winning.
You still have a losing record.
You got to stay fading me.
I had a
also,
rough
I think this segment works far better when I'm wearing at least one of these gloves.
I just want to say I'm 10-0 over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Jay was
10-0.
Jay was been on an insane heater. This is gonna be interesting working.
Kirby had a tough weekend last weekend, huh?
2-3, not great, not horrible, not horrendous. It's the worst weekend I've had of the season.
That means I was a winner this weekend, huh?
No. J. Will was 5-0.
No, I mean a winner, not the winner.
You just weren't a loser.
You weren't a loser.
Yeah.
So,
But I went positive?
yeah, I think you were
3-2?
4-1.
4-1?
3-2.
Ooh.
Had a good week.
Heater.
But you don't
Brooksy on
want
a
that.
heater?
But you don't want that.
I don't want that at all. I want to be able to y'all fade me all year long. I want to suck so bad at this.
All right, well, here's your opportunity.
Come on.
First game, Texas -6.5 at Florida.
Oh, the foolish thing here would be to ride the Gators, wouldn't it?
You would think so.
Give me Florida. Give me Florida. I'll take 6.5. I wish it was 7.
I'm going to take
6.5.
Texas in this game.
Yeah, I would too.
I will
But
take Texas -6.5.
All right, so I'm trying to lose. We'll see if I win.
Vanderbilt at Alabama, the Crimson Tide -10.5.
I'll take Alabama.
You know what? Give me the doors.
That's unfortunate because I think I'm going to take
Wait,
Vanderbilt
10.5?
as well. 10.5 is a lot
That's
of
a lot.
points.
It's a lot of points, but
That's a lot.
this is also a defense that gave up 35 to Utah State.
Is there a way I can take the under?
No,
No.
that is not allowed. I'm going to take Vanderbilt +10.5 in
I'll
this
take
one.
Vandy. Give me the 10.5.
Miami -4.5 at Florida State.
This is a tough one.
I think Miami's going to win, so give me Florida State.
Okay. I'm going to take Miami -4.5 in this one.
I'll take Miami.
The final one. Had to find a fifth game.
Hell yeah.
This was the best game that I could find in regards to a line because a little interesting. Kansas State at Baylor.
Oh.
Baylor -6.5.
Kansas State, get the hell out of here. Give me the Bears. Never betting on you again. Watch, they're going to prove me wrong now. These bastards.
I don't think those gloves have ever looked bigger than they currently look.
I don't have very big hands. It's also that I didn't even realize they complement the hat pretty well right now.
Those look like triple X gloves.
I mean, I think they're definitely not
Speaking of
largest.
triple X, great movie.
I'm going to happily take Baylor -6.5. I'd almost say that's the lock
You know
of the
what?
week.
Come on, give me K-State.
Hell no.
Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to
Go
go
ahead.
over. I'm trying
Go
to go
ahead.
as over as humanly possible. Give me the offers.
I don't think they have a size on
All
them
right.
anywhere.
Well, this will be
Oh,
interesting.
they're
then
XL,
for
big
you.
dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I do
they're
not have
XL.
big hands. Hands and head, very small on me.
I also think we should add into that. You have to. Dabo Sweeney.
No.
I got
No.
that drip.
No.
Now I'm on TikTok.
No.
Yeah,
No.
you have to give me one, just one.
No.
You do that
Yeah.
Dabo Sweeney impression a little too well, if I do say so
Yeah, that
myself.
was kind of concerning.
How many
Now
you,
he got
you
that
practice
drip.
that?
And now he on TikTok. I don't know why he does this either. Do you notice that in that video? For some reason, he wants to close his hands when he.
How do you practice this in the mirror at night?
No, I've just watched it.
How can you be a fan of that
I'm
school
a visual learner, Jonathan. I see it and I can do it.
and
All right.
see your coach
Nope.
do that and go, man, I love that guy. That guy is awesome. It's like, oh, if Kirby Smart did that, I'd be like, Coach, what we doing?
Coach Sweeney got that drip. Now he on TikTok.
I'm
All right, moving on.
taking these off.
Also, it's almost as if he defied gravity because he throws it up and waits so long to catch it. That thing's already on the ground, Coach.
He's got a good arm.
He definitely has some New Balances on, right?
Nah, he's definitely an A6 guy.
I was thinking Skechers.
Well, I mean, he's probably, honestly, he's probably whatever. They're Nike, aren't they?
Yeah.
So he's probably wearing Nikes.
Like the Nike dad shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good point. All right. Let's get into our Week 6 predictions. The Mississippi State Bulldogs headed out to Aggie Land to take on the Texas A&M Aggies. Boys, what is the key to this contest?
Got to establish a consistent passing attack against this team if you're Texas A&M. Even after, that's what I'm saying. So I just think that because Mississippi State has, honestly, their defense hasn't struggled as much as you would think. I know that they allowed over 300 passing yards this past weekend against Tennessee, but overall, their pass defense has been relatively good. So I think that you got to be consistent in that area. You were talking about earlier how the Aggies kind of sputter, spit. I don't know if you can really do that in this type of matchup. I think you got to be a lot more consistent in the passing game than you have been so far this season. But on the flip side, I would say for Mississippi State, make every game a shootout. That's what you want, in my opinion. That's what you need to make this game in. I don't know if Texas A&M wants to make it turn it into that type of game, but if Mississippi State turns it into a shootout, they're a dangerous team against anybody.
Yeah, I think that I have the key to this matchup being which defense gives up more explosives. We saw Mississippi State. Now, again, it's Tennessee. It's one of the better explosive offenses in the conference. They gave up a lot. We've seen Texas A&M's defense do it the same. I think that the key to this matchup is going to be whichever team can limit that the most, because you do have two offenses here that have quarterbacks that are going to want to air it out.
I believe Jonathan already mentioned it. A little bit of consistency on offense for A&M. Like, it's been great when it's great. It's been a little bit sputtering when it's not. So some offensive consistency would be nice. They seem to be either 20 or 2. You know what I mean? Like either a 20, 40-yard gain or like a 2 or a 4-yard gain. Can we find like that happy medium while maintaining our explosivity? If so, we're going to score 40 every night like we did on the road at Notre Dame. The other key for Mississippi State in this football game, defensive havoc. Look, I love the fact that Mississippi State – they've always defensively played the right style of defense that I think they should. I don't think they should be a bend-don't-break football team because they're just going to get bent. They don't have enough football players, right? Enough blue chippers to line up against their opponent every single Saturday and win man-to-man, right? So they got to do crazy stuff. They got to create havoc. They got to seek turnovers. They got to seek TFLs. They got to try to play the ball in the air, right? And I think they do such a great job defensively being that style of defense, being the style of defense that creates havoc, tries to put ourselves at risk in order to force turnovers, and they got to make one of those type of plays on the road this weekend at night in Texas A&M Stadium. X factor in this football game, guys, for me is very, very simple for both of these football teams. Explosives and mistakes. I think of both in Mississippi State's big win and big loss, it has been massive, massive critical plays, right? Busted coverage for Arizona State in that home game, that night game on a Friday night. Boom, smack. Hits them with an explosive late in the football game. Mississippi State wins. All right, their loss, right, this past weekend against Tennessee, it was the fumbled return, right? It's the pick six. It's the special teams plays. It's those middle school massive mistakes for Mississippi State. I feel the same way about A&M to an extent, right? The busted opportunities, the missed opportunities for them, the busted explosives, the missed field goals, all right? Those types of things. Who's going to win those moments in this football game is a massive X factor.
I just put Le'Veon Moss as my X factor because I think that if you're going to provide consistency in this offense like we're talking about, you got to be able to run the ball. Tennessee struggled a little bit to run the ball against Mississippi State. I think that's more of their own doing than it was maybe what Mississippi State does. But I think you can also attribute it to the fact that Mississippi State kind of commits to that as well. I think they take pride in that. So you got to get Le'Veon Moss going. They've done a good job of that. I think Le'Veon Moss has had a great start to the season. Got to continue that, though, in this game. Don't just completely abandon it.
Want to take a quick timeout to let you know it is Tuesday, and we don't have anybody making efforts to be certified ball knower of the week. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, you want to hear one?
What's up?
Give me wide receiver Jordan Mosley for Mississippi State as the X factor of this game. He's averaging 22 yards a catch right now. I said that explosives are going to be the difference maker in this game. He's one of the most explosive receivers the Bulldogs have. I think that he could have potential to have a game-breaking performance for the Bulldogs.
Mario Craver and Casey Concepcion combined for 300 yards receiving in this football game, and they lose. You heard it here first.
Whoa.
Unless it doesn't happen. That's going to be so bad when it gets clipped, and here in about 45 seconds, I pick A&M to win the football game. But go ahead. Give me your unless it doesn't happen.
All right, that was actually going to be one of mine. That was going to be mine unless it doesn't happen. I was going to say Mario Craver goes off. So instead, I'll just go full nuclear in this game. Give me over 1,000 yards of total offense between both of these teams. You heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
Couldn't even go 900. Had to go straight to
1,000.
Iraq.
1,000.
Okay.
That's a lot of yards.
I like it.
1,000.
I'll go in a similar vein. I say each team has a touchdown of 65 yards or more in this game. You heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
Hey, by the way, random ADD brain moment again. Can you this will come back later. Can you put 2 ticks next to the win column for helmet bets? I won 2 helmet bets this last weekend. Drew Aller was a poop show, and Alabama won. So I won 2 helmet bets this weekend. So put that up right now as we speak.
That's not the best bets, though.
No. It's a helmet bet, and it needs to be tracked. I made 2 helmet bets and walked off with them.
We'll have to track that elsewhere.
And one of them was 3 points away. So how about that? I got A&M in this football game 34-27.
I've got A&M 42-37.
I got Texas A&M 38-27.
After, hold on. We got a clip for him right quick. The Texas Longhorns head on down to the Swamp to take on the Florida Gators at 3:30 on ESPN on Saturday. Guys, both of these football teams have taken a week off in preparation. The biggest key in this football game for me, which Arch Manning do we see? Do we see an uberly confident Arch Manning, or do we see an Arch Manning that still has rather pressurized mechanics within the pocket? That's a major key in this football game for me. Hey, offensively for Florida, do you show up? Do you have a pulse at all offensively? Do you play complementary football? Because your defense has played really, really solid the last several weeks.
Yeah, I kind of put the key factor for this game as which quarterback looks the most like they were projected to be in the preseason. Because whoever does that's going to win the game here. Because obviously I don't think that Florida is going to be able to do anything if DJ Lagway is not doing everything that he can to win, if he doesn't have that look in his eye like Billy Napier said. So both of them are the key factor for me.
I said it yesterday. It's all about jumping out early if you're Texas. I think if you get up multiple scores early in this game, you deflate the crowd, you deflate the Florida Gators, you'll be fine. For Florida, avoid the turnovers because this defense will find them and they will create them, and it'll get ugly quickly if you don't.
I mean, for me, the X factor in this game, you already mentioned it. Does Two indeed have that look in his eye?
Oh. Hey,
you know what I mean? Like, huge X factor. Does Two have that look in his eye, as Billy Napier so says claim? That look in his eye, that's dangerous, brother.
He doubled down. He said the offense is eventually going to pop.
Woo!
It's going to happen.
DJ said it's finna pop.
Yeah,
That's what DJ said, yeah.
We got look in the eye finna pop. A good 17 points coming in this football game. A good 17 points.
My X factor is the Florida crowd. What can you do to rattle Arch Manning? Arch Manning has one career start on the road, and we know which game that was and how that went. If they can affect Arch Manning, you might have a chance of uglying your way to another win here.
Yeah, it's Arch Manning for me. He's the X factor. If he plays well, they're going to be fine.
Circle around with the lesson doesn't happen. Jonathan, what do you got for me, son?
All right. Billy Napier fired at halftime.
Oh!
Heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
Whoa! I mean, hell, Dan Mullen fought Mizzou at the half and didn't get fired.
No, he's getting fired.
And then doubled down with Darth Vader mask.
I mean, Dan
What
Mullen's-
would Billy have to do? What, walk 5 out on a field goal unit that goes out and misses? Or what happens?
Brooks,
How do we get fired at half?
Brooks, he could be up 40-0 at halftime and he'd still get fired. Billy Napier will be fired at halftime this week.
They will find a way to do it.
Yep.
So says Jonathan.
I have both teams combined for a total of 6 turnovers in this game. You heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
DJ Lagway out-mids a rattled Arch Manning and saves Billy Napier's job for another week.
This
You heard
would
it here
be
first.
such a Florida thing.
This
heard
would
it
be
here
a
first.
It would be
thing.
such a Florida thing.
I'm talking 12 of 28 for 167. They rock fight their way Jaden Boss style to a 17-13 win.
Man.
Yuck.
Is that your score prediction?
Yuck. And you're unable to fire him. No. Texas is going to win this football game 20-16.
I have Texas winning 27-23.
Oh.
I think it'll be closer than people
I
realize.
had Texas 24, Florida 10.
Either way, we're going to be watching it. We're going to be breaking it down here on this channel. So you Texas Longhorn fans, y'all got a bunch of content coming your way, whether you like it or not, here on this network. Boys, the Vanderbilt Commodores head out to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to take on the Crimson Tide, fresh off a massive win in Athens over the Georgia Bulldogs at 3:30 p.m. on ABC. The keys to the matchup, for me, it's Bama's run defense and general eye discipline. I mean, that's simple for me, right? You have to remember, right, that Vandy has really coasted to 5-0. I think they're the only football team in college football that can say this. They have dominated all of their opponents on the schedule for 5 straight weeks. I felt like they were very vanilla or allowed to be vanilla against South Carolina because they knew the offense had no pulse on the other side of the football because Lenore Sellers was indeed injured in that football game. So you got to watch out because I guarantee you Vandy's got tricks up their sleeves in this football game. For Vandy, man, you got to win the moments, right? You absolutely have to win the moments in this football game and make the plays. You did this last year. It was the 4th and 2 absolute moon ball for a touchdown in this football game. Every shot that Alabama leaves themselves vulnerable for, you have to chin check them on in this football game.
Yeah, I have the key factor of this game being what Bama do you get showing up? And I was talking with Jay Will off air here. Bama had played 12 regular season games last year. They looked bad in 3 of them. That's 25%. Bama's played 4 regular season games this year. They've looked bad in 1 of them. That's another 25%. So statistically speaking, 25% of the time, Kalen DeBoer walks out an Alabama team that's unmotivated, undisciplined, makes all the mistakes we've seen. I don't think it's this game, but if it is, watch out, Alabama, because this Vanderbilt team is better than they were last year.
Yeah, Alabama's figuring out something in the run defense for me because you can't keep allowing SEC opponents to outrush you every game and expect to win every single game. You can if Ty Simpson plays clean, but that's not a guarantee every single weekend, in my opinion. So you can't keep baking on that. And then for Vanderbilt, find a way to create sputters in Alabama's passing game. I think Georgia found a way to do that in the second half, and they're able to crawl your way back into that game. But imagine if Vanderbilt, you do that while also continuing to score on almost every single drive.
Guys, in this football game, I think there is a heavy tilt in one category, and that is Alabama's wide receivers and generals' weapons versus Vandy's skill players on the defensive side of the football. That's the major X factor for me. I think it could be such a heavy advantage towards Alabama that it almost looks like that Tennessee game last year for Vandy, where they just can't stop the explosives from happening to them, and they get blown up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think that's the one area where it's like, hey, this could get ugly if Alabama gets control of it. I have Diego Pavia as the X factor because if Vanderbilt is able to stay in this game and they are able to take leads or do things like that, it's going to be because of what Diego Pavia does. So he's my X factor.
I went with Cedric Alexander, the Vanderbilt running back. If you're going to beat this Alabama team, run the ball, but also get some complimentary play from your quarterback. But I think he could be a big X factor in this game.
Boys, we got an absolute shootout brewing. I'm talking about 80 total points scored in this football game. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
Diego Pavia outrushes Bama's entire team while also throwing for over 200 yards. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
I'm not going to say very doable. That means Pavia's basically got to rush for like 75 yards by himself.
It might be a little bit more than that in this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a lot of rushing yards.
That's funny because I actually have Alabama gets outrushed by 50 yards and still wins.
They got outrushed by 100 this last weekend, didn't they?
Yes.
And walked away with a win.
But, I mean,
can we run? I wish we had a stats and info guy that could Google through the internets like that. When was the last time that's happened in a ranked SEC road win where you get outrushed by over 100 yards and find a way to win?
I could not tell you.
You can Google all you want, buddy. You ain't going to find that one. I'm going to promise you.
Hey, save the energy, AI.
Save the energy, AI.
Save the planet this time.
I know you guys got all kind of data mining back there going on, but just chill out. I think you're good on that one. You ain't going to find that one. It's got to be a one-time off thing.
Very rare.
In this conference. I guarantee it's happened in the Big 12 where some dude just goes out there and throws for 700 yards on 30 yards rushing.
You know what?
But it doesn't happen in this league.
I wouldn't be shocked if that was the case for the LSU-South Carolina game last year.
Maybe.
You're right, actually.
Maybe.
Score predictions.
I got Bama, 35-31.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, I think Vandy's got an opportunity to score some points here.
I think
Bama's going to control this game and win it, but I think Vandy gives it a run.
Yeah,
You're
right.
Daggum, ball knower.
South Carolina rushed for 243 yards. LSU rushed for 132 and still won on the road.
Wow.
Impressive.
So literally last year.
What happens?
LSU probably shouldn't have won that football game, if we're being honest.
My score prediction for this game is...
There's a lot of Georgia fans that'll argue that Bama shouldn't have won that one.
You ain't going to do that.
I'm not on that list.
Nope, not the channel to be doing that. Not the guy to do that in front of either. I don't like that. I shouldn't have even said that about that LSU game.
Just saying.
But that was referee involved.
I told you
Yours
exactly
wasn't.
why South Carolina fans weren't allowed to feel that way. Anyways.
I thought that LSU game was South Carolina or referee involved and the play calling at halftime.
Bama 37, Vanderbilt 30.
Oh, crap. We got a whole nother prediction to go. Go.
Bama 38, Vanderbilt 20.
The Miami Hurricanes headed down to Doak Campbell. Mm-hmm. The Miami Hurricanes headed down to Doak Campbell Stadium to take on the Seminoles at 7:30 at night.
You can go further south than Miami?
The Miami Hurricanes headed up to Doak Campbell Stadium to take on the Florida State Seminoles at 7:30 at night. Boys, what's the key to the matchup?
Turnover battle for me. This is a game where both quarterbacks have shown that they are turnover capable, in my opinion. Both defenses have shown that they're not bad at forcing turnovers. So I think that whoever can win the turnover battle in this game and take advantage of it most will win.
Yes, you can go further south than Miami, the Keys, by the way.
Oh, didn't know that's where Doak Campbell was.
Geography ball knower.
The more you know. Florida State, if they can run the ball effectively in this game, I really like their chances to keep it close and potentially win this game, especially because Miami's defensive front has looked really good to start the season. So if you can run it against these guys, that's going to open everything else for you. For Miami, limiting the explosive plays that Florida State creates off of their run game. If you can keep those down, your odds of winning this game are really high.
Got a couple keys for you. For Miami, it's allowing that defensive line to remain dominant. All right, and this is a big-time football game for them because you're going to have to make Florida State one-dimensional. You're going to have to make Tommy Castellanos beat you with his arm, meaning you're going to have to eliminate the run game. You're going to have to eliminate all of Tommy's quarterback run. You're going to have to eliminate all the stretch runs. You're going to have to eliminate all that is Gus Malzahn option offense, okay? And on top of that, defensively, you're going to have to figure out a way to eliminate Deuce Robinson because I feel like he's their only ability to throw the football. For Florida State, the keys for them, especially defensively, I think is figuring out a way to disrupt Carson Beck's timing. We've watched him for years over here. If you can get that guy rattled early on the road, normally you can shake his confidence and keep him rattled for 4 quarters. I think that's a major key here. Making them one-dimensional, which means you're going to have to stand up to the run of Miami. X Factor, boys. For me, it's any matchup Malachi Tony's got. I feel like that is what Shannon Dawson goes into football games thinking most of. How do we maintain the ability to run the football without the quarterback adding in, and how do we get Malachi Tony loose?
I like it. I went with Ruben Bain and the rest of the defensive line. I trust Miami's O-line to win that part of the line of scrimmage. If they can also win on the defensive side, Florida State's going to have a very long day.
I think it's all of Miami's linebackers. You got to have great eye discipline when you face a Florida State team, especially a Gus Malzahn offense. They're going to do a lot of things to kind of keep your eyes moving and misdirect you and all that stuff. Those guys' eye discipline in this game is going to be an X factor here.
All right. Tommy turnover trips up the tribe. Florida State drops 2 in a row. Unless it doesn't happen. You heard it here first.
Florida State holds a 17-7 lead at halftime, but Miami's defense keeps them out of the end zone for the entire second half. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
I've got Carson Beck in a 3-turnover game here. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
I got Miami winning 27-20 in this football game, boys.
I got the Hurricanes 30 of Florida State 26.
Give me Florida State winning a Mario Cristobal Classic, 28-24.
I like that. I like that.
We've gone long enough in the season of Miami looking like a really dominant team for Mario Cristobal
It's
to
time.
say, you know what?
It's time.
Let me show you what I can do.
It's time to lay an egg.
Yep.
You know what I mean? No, you got 2 get-up opportunities. You had the opportunity to get them up for a rivalry game against Florida, bye week, get them up again for Florida State. I think they ought to be fine. Escape this one. Hey, let's head on to the local hour, our best hour. We'll see you on the other side of the break. By the way, hold on. Stop. We need to put Billy Abstinence up on the board. Acknowledge this super chub right quick. Billy Abstinence says, I have sent all of my football fan friends the link to the channel with film studies of their favorite teams, Tennessee, Florida State, Texas, Auburn, UJ. Man, Billy, you got a lot of friends. Shout out to Billy for being popular so they can know why their team lost or won. Being a fan is good, but knowing ball as a fan is great. Billy Abstinence, what a comment from you tonight. We appreciate you. We'll see you on the other side of the break. I'm going to put your name on the wall as we speak.
Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog? What's up? You like that? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape.
Let's shut up and let's grind. All right, that ball's a little firm. Don't get me wrong. Another tight end running wide ass. You should be digging that guy out. He's going to dig that out. All right, we got to have some type of, ass behind us when we go make that strike. We're going to sit on our feet or on our heels, right? And we're going to sit there and stagnate. Let's get vertical, stick our nose in there and find out. You got to love these young kids up, in my opinion. I'm just going to stay firm and ride this all the way down them. And occasionally, they put 2 Ds in one hole. I mean, buddy, that's the most diabolical usage of ditties. First of all, absolute surprise ditties for the fans or for the listeners today.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Didn't even tell them we were going to hit them with ditties, and then sneaky ditty right off the rip. Didn't even know it was coming.
It's the worst kind of ditty, dude.
I'm saying.
Sneaks up on you. You don't see it coming.
Sneaky ditty. But anyways, I thought you did me just straight dirty in that one right there. I'm trying to present as like we're waiting, right? We're in catch technique. And you making me look hella sus out there, man.
And to quote you,
I'm not even going to
tape.
repeat the follow-up. The follow-up one that you clipped me on, crazy work.
Look, man. You put it on tape. I gotta utilize it.
You're right. I did put that shit on tape. That's on me. Welcome to the Local Hour. We got a great show for you guys tonight. We're going to talk about what to expect from Kentucky, what we want to see moving forward from this Georgia football team. As you can see by the title of today's show, Georgia has a glaring issue that is continuing for another year. We have a fantasy update tonight, some film guy-related news. We got some breaking news on the network at the end of tonight's show as well. Guys, let's start the Local Hour by asking the audience to hit that thumbs up button if you hadn't already. Make sure you're firing off in the chat as well. All right, let's start with game balls, guys. Offensively, I think there are several options here. I'll leave the floor for you guys and take what's left.
I went with Colby Young. I know that obviously Chauncey Bowens had a really good game. There were some other really, really valiant efforts in that game. I think Juan Gaston, starting at right tackle, made some great plays, even though there was a very controversial one that he was a part of. But Colby Young, for me, was the most consistent player in this game. The two catches he had, the one that put you up 7-14, or it cut the lead to 7, was huge. That screen he had where it took 6 guys to take him down, he's probably the best yards after catch player outside of Zachariah Branch.
Colby Young's a really good one. Since you went Colby, I'll go with Chauncey Bowens because I think he was the best. I don't want to say surprise, but I want to say biggest thing about this game, like biggest positive that you could take away is that you have another running back that has star potential. I mean, you have Chauncey Bowens looks like a guy that you can give 20 totes a game or 18 totes a game, and he's going to do his job every single time. I mean, to average 9 yards per carry, almost 10 yards per carry against an SEC opponent like he did, that's a big role for him to be playing, and so excited to see what he can do the rest of the season.
I put Moreau Freeling as mine since I figured you guys probably wouldn't. And nobody really cares. Nobody really cares how good the left tackle's playing right now. Everybody's worried about other things. But he needs to be commended, as does my game ball winner on the defensive side of the football, C.J. Allen. I got tagged in some photo or some videos this week of people thinking that C.J. Allen is getting manipulated by Alabama's defense, when in reality, the rundown situation, he had run responsibilities because 5 people have run responsibilities sometimes. But anyways, that's my game ball award.
C.J. Allen was mine as well. So
for doing it 2 weeks in a row, Jordan Hall, you get a game ball. I mean, you've been playing really good football as of late, and that's coming off of kind of the first few games of the season. It was want to see some more 44, want to see some flash plays from you, and you saved a touchdown or what could have been a touchdown in this game. I thought he's played great the last 2 weeks. I think Jordan Hall deserves a game ball after that one.
That screen to Ryan Williams is going for a long time if Jordan Hall does not recognize it and step back and tackle him. So props to him for making that play because it could have been bad.
Quintavious Johnson, I thought, had a good football game, worthy of note here, as did Dalen Everett. Like, Dalen Everett is playing such good football right now. Such a great athlete, man. His closing speed's insane. Moving on to special teams, I am literally going to punt on this special team segment. I got nothing for it.
I went Alabama's kicker. I think that's the best. That was the special teams play that helped you the most in this game. I thought Brett Thorson had a fine day punting, never really did anything incredible. You know, Peyton Woodring was taken out of the equation. Zachariah Branch, I don't think, returned a punt.
I think in Kirby's postgame, he said something about special teams meant nothing in this football game, didn't he?
He did.
Verbatim? Isn't
Pretty
that what he
much.
said?
I mean,
special teams was nothing in this game?
It was basically a net nothing for either team. No team really flipped the field with their punter. No team really returned a bunch. It was a very, very normal special teams game.
Outside of the missed field goal, that'd be about it. So I just said Brett Thorson because who else are you going to say from Georgia? That was the only special teams guy that made plays.
That was about it. So, yeah, shout out to Brett Thorson and Alabama's kicker.
What coach gets your game ball today?
It's got to be Josh Crawford. I mean, the way that Chauncey –
Oh, chat brings up a good one, and a super chub doing so. DeMello Jones needs a shout here.
Definitely.
Did anybody say him?
No, but
okay.
DeMello Jones does.
DeMello Jones did step up in a really big way in playing.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think that Josh Crawford has to be your best one. Now, outside of the fumble, your running back room was the best unit on the field. You could argue the wide receivers, but they struggled in blocking on the perimeter in this game. So I went with the running backs, and Josh Crawford is the coach of that.
I thought Glenn Schumann, the football or the linebackers coach, deserved a shout.
That's a good
the
one.
linebackers were the only you can't give it to wide receivers. Can't really give it to the offensive line. Josh Crawford and Shu are the only options I have.
Yeah,
I don't think we had a great. Did we have a great individual defensive back play?
No,
not really.
Okay.
So yeah, Josh Crawford was my vote as well. I think what he's been able to create for that running back room this entire season. I mean, the fact that he had, in that situation where you have a guy like Nate Frazier who puts the ball on the turf for the second time this season, or however many times it's been this season, the fact that you have a guy like Chauncey Bowens to come in and replace him, and you're able to feed him for the entire game, and then you have a guy like Josh McCray that you got out of the portal this year who's been crucial for you in the goal line, and then you also have Peanut who you can give the ball to. You have so many backs right now, so many different skill sets in that running back room. It is really benefiting you right now.
All right, Kirby, you had not stumbled upon it.
Not yet.
Oh, no, not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, what's up?
We're doing what we want to see first.
Oh, let's get into what we want to see first. Sorry, I'm not doing my job as the host that's supposed to be running this offense efficiently. Do you want my top 10 first?
Yeah, let's see.
All right, I got top 10 things we want to see moving forward for the University of Georgia. Let's go 1 to 10, actually. Number 1, I want Gunnar Stockton to borderline start forcing the football against zone coverages. Dude, I want to see you, because his eyes are in the right spot. Okay, I want to see you not staring down a wide receiver. I want to see you going through your progressions like you currently are, except for that one play to Zachariah Branch. I want to see you going through your progressions like you currently are, and then when you get to the right answer, I want you to rip the hell out of it. And if a zone defender leaks off and intercepts the football, that's fine, because we got 5 more chunk plays as an offense, and we might have turned the ball over once. I'll take it. I'll take the 5 chunk plays, because we got to be explosive in college football nowadays. We can't wait around for a run to hit for 45 yards to hope to flip the field for us. Offensively.
Do you think that part of the issue that you're seeing with Gunnar Stockton now, where there's turn downs and there's, he's not necessarily making forcing throws that you would need to accelerate the offense, is because it's been so hammered in a quarterback's head that if you turn the football over, you will not play here?
It could be. I mean, it very well could be that. And probably all off. I thought all offseason, majority of their talking to him was about protecting himself, not protecting the ball. You need that, for him to play the style of brand of football that he normally plays.
Right.
Now, no, we haven't seen it in college, but we saw it against Tennessee in man-to-man coverage. He is willing to put the ball downfield in risky situations. Dude, throwing the ball that far beyond the sticks on 4th and 7 with the game on the line, that's nuts. Those are big moments. I just got to have you have that in zone coverage. It's just very weird. It's like – when we had the Drive a Lambo conversation about Carson Beck, I felt like teams, we never had to have that about zone coverage, more about man coverage, giving guys opportunities. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. Number 2, it's very, very important, continued growth at right tackle. Now, the right tackle spot on Saturday was a critical error to end the football game, and that stinks. But at least you weren't a liability for 4 quarters like I felt you were at Tennessee. At Tennessee, right tackle was a problem. It's a turnstile. People getting walked around, okay? I didn't feel as if that was the case this weekend, but when the game came down to it, it was an obvious problem, right? It's got to move forward being a consistent, no-issues thing. We got to have winnable football for 4 quarters at right tackle. Noah Thomas to get force-fed is number 3. Not this, we didn't time it up, he wasn't in the game when we actually got it protected, or yada, yada. No. Go into Kentucky with a game plan of, we are going to force feed Noah Thomas 4 or 5 times in this football game. We have put it in the game plan. 5's going to be in. He going to get the rock. All right? Because at this point, it's getting to a counter-recruiting strategy in the portal. If you don't think the football teams that are constantly in the portal for weapons like Ole Miss, Alabama, all your regional teams, at Auburn, all of them, if you don't think the next time a transfer portal target gets in the portal and Noah Thomas is not going to be an example, now granted, you're going to be able to say, we got Zachariah Branch, look at how this is happening. But we got to force feed some of these things, in my opinion.
Foie gras style.
Huh?
It's you know what foie gras is?
What?
You sound like you're talking with peanut butter on the roof
of your mouth. It's a dish.
So you got a roof mouth stuck peanut butter.
It's where they take a duck or a goose.
Foie gras?
Yeah.
Foie gras?
Yeah, and they force feed it
Foie gras.
till it gets cirrhosis of the liver, and that's what gives it such a buttery
Foie gras
taste.
yourself right quick. I'm in the middle of
It's a
a
delicacy.
segment right quick. Foie gras. Foie gras. Okay? I'm trying to do a segment right now.
Someone will know what I'm talking about. There we go. See?
Nate's got to stay up. No, that's the wrong one. See, you got me all foie gras up. Number 4, DBs. Play the ball in the air.
Yeah.
Somebody. Make an impact on the football, for the love of God. Somebody in the back end. Number 5, I need KJ Bolden to flash. I felt like last year that first stick on Phil Maffa just unlocked his confidence as a true freshman, right? To go out and play free. Remember how many times we come in film study last year and be like, whoa, dude is playing like he is as calm as could be, like his heart rate's at 65. I want to see that type of flash play unlock this kid. And I think he had an opportunity Saturday, and we just didn't quite squeeze the football. I want to see that happen for him this weekend against Kentucky. Number 6, full-time move, Chris Cole, edge rusher, every automatic passing down. Every 2nd and 12, Chris Cole's at Jack. Every 3rd and 15, Chris Cole's at Jack. Every 3rd and 10, Chris Cole's at Jack. Every 3rd and 7, Chris Cole's at Jack. Like, it just has to happen. You don't have enough twitchy edge rushers. And I wish we would seek some advantages with that, right? I wish we would, like Dan Lanning used to say, find the donkey, right? When we look out there, they might have 4 horses. We got to find the 5th one that's a donkey out there being disguised and hidden amongst the horses. Find the donkey, put Chris Cole on him, and get after it. I want to see it moving forward. Number 7, Chauncey Bowen's got to be featured. Just moving forward, it just is what it is. Like, he is the featured back, has to be moving forward. Number 8, Ellis Robinson's got to stay up with the emotions, with the confidence. Y'all got to love on that kid. Nash, like all across social media, y'all have to start loving on these young corners. Don't let it happen like it happened with Dalen Everett, where he gets picked on for a little while because he's a young corner. We watched a 5-star DJ Pickett get picked on this weekend at Ole Miss. Like, it happens, okay? Young players get picked on at that position. What y'all can't have is his confidence to be waned and drained completely, because every time he gets on social media, like all young kids do, Georgia fans are ready to throw him to the fire. So just love that kid up. Same thing with Nate Frazier. Love that kid up. And I want to see Rod Robinson at some point. I just don't know what's going on there. I wish somebody would tell me. So there's that. Those are my 10 things I want to see.
Yeah, the loving up part is, I think, going to be really crucial, because we saw what happened when wide receivers dropped balls last year. It was a spiral, and it was something that unit could not get out of. You do not want that to become an issue within your running back room, to where players get in their own way because the fan base is so hard on them with things. So
yeah, I did think it was pretty encouraging what Kirby Smart said after the game, where he talked about how Nate Frazier was still super was loving up on Chauncey, was super happy to see him have success. That kind of tells you that his mindset is in the right spot, as in, we want the team to have success. It's okay if I'm not, and I'm still obviously down on himself and frustrated with himself that he kind of wasted his opportunities, but hopefully it's a good sign moving forward that, hey, he's going to bounce back. He's going to start doing his job, and he's going to be good moving forward.
I feel like another thing we need to see more of moving forward is forced turnovers. Georgia's had 3 this year, and they've all kind of not really been ones that they forced themselves. The KJ Bolden interception, that's not an interception if the receiver doesn't fall down. Ellis Robinson had an interception off a tipped pass, which you could argue is forced, but it wasn't necessarily because of DB play. It was just, hey, we were in the right place at the right time. And then the Jonell Deep interception, probably the biggest we forced interception, but then again, that's Joey Aguilar taking a deep shot on what I believe was a 3rd down. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I can't remember.
Or it was late in the first half. So I haven't seen Georgia DBs and Georgia defenders force turnovers or put their defense in a position to really create turnovers like we've seen in the previous years.
Adding on to your list, the 3 things that I put in are, I want to see some rollouts for Gunner, or at least some more of them. I think that maybe could help him get some more confidence in him throwing the ball down the field. Like, if you just put it right there over in front of his face, I think that could help him in some confidence. More DeMello Jones. I just want to keep seeing it. Like, I want to see, like, if he's going to build off of what he did against Alabama and just kind of continue to ride out the momentum that he's built there. I think that could be a positive for this Georgia defense and the secondary. And the third one, Colby Young getting the ball in his hands immediately. I want more of that. Like, if it's a slant, if it's a screen, it's whatever. Like, I want him having the ball in his hands. Like, and he can do all the deep ball stuff. Like, that's great as well. But that dude is probably the hardest guy to tackle on this offense right now, and I want to see more of him doing those types of situations.
Now, Jay, you did a list for what we want to see from the Kentucky game, right?
Mm-hmm.
We did it moving forward in Kentucky game. Do you want to, because I don't think you did, right?
No, I just did it in general.
Okay. Do you want to do the Kentucky one real quick?
Yeah, I can just go ahead and rattle. I just have 3 things that I'm kind of focusing on this week heading in this matchup of if Georgia wins. And now, let me preface this. I'm going to ask Georgia for the first time in my life to do something that the Atlanta Falcons did. I want Georgia, if they win the toss this weekend, I want them to take the ball first. I want them to go on offense first. Raheem Morris talked about how, they had a bad offensive performance the week before against the Carolina Panthers, and they talked about all week how they wanted better out of their offense. So what did they do? They wanted to showcase that on the first drive, put the ball in Michael Penix's hands, and they drove the ball down the field. I want to see that. I want to see, hey, we got to get the offense going. We got to get some fast starts going here. Let's take the ball first and let's assert our dominance early on in this game. Just some more aggressive Gunnar Stockton in general. I'm not even just talking about in the passing game, but let's keep some more balls. I think that we have some opportunities right now on the field that we could be running the ball, and we're kind of choosing not to. And I get it. Your running backs are cooking. They're doing a lot of great things, but I think that'll just help the offense move and become more efficient in general. And then the last one, just want to see this team handle business. And I'm not talking about handle business of you win 21-7 or you win 24-7. You just do the thing where you just take care of business. How about you go up there and whoop up on a team that many think is probably the worst in the conference? You got a home game at noon. Go out there and whoop up on a team that you're supposed to.
Yeah, to build on that list, I think we need to see some defensive stickiness in the secondary. Players not getting free, open, wide. Now, again, depending on what you're running, depending on zone or man, they're going to be more open than some. I do think that they need to cover better in the secondary, and that's what I'd like to see. Another one I'd like to see, I don't want to see this team lose its edge. I don't want to see Georgia come out and we're fresh off a loss, we're playing an inferior opponent. We had a really big letdown against that, and all of a sudden the players are not playing as hard. You're not getting as much edge and nastiness and fire, passion, and energy that Kirby Smart has preached. And that also, I want to see something from the fan base. I think that this is a really big opportunity, and I'm not calling the fan base out. Please don't get on your high horses and go, I'll show up and be loud when Kirby starts winning games. Don't do that. I do want to see how this fan base responds because it's a noon kick, it's an inferior opponent, and you're coming off of a really, really disappointing matchup. So I'd like to see what this fan base does in response to that adversity. But the most important thing of anything that I want to see from Georgia this week is a first half lead. Georgia has played 8 Power 4 opponents. In their last 8 Power 4 opponents against those, they have not led a single time at half. They've trailed in 7 of them. They've been tied at 1. Of those 8 games, you lost 3. The other 3, it took an overtime victory to win, and you won 2 of them outright, which was Florida, not a very good team, and the Tennessee Volunteers in Athens at night. So the kicker of it all is this as well. You've had 4 first half leads in 2024. You won those games by a margin of 18.5 points. It's that simple. If you lead at halftime, you are such a good second half team that you are beating the hell out of these teams. Now, I know exactly what the fan base and many people are going to say here. Dude, this is a Mike Bobo issue. The offenses are starting too slow, and that's why we're losing so much. You'd be wrong. You'd be dead wrong this year. In 2 games against Power 4 opponents, SEC opponents, Georgia has allowed 22.5 points in the first half alone. In the first 7 of the 11 drives in the first half that they've had have resulted in points. 6 of those 11 have been touchdowns. So this isn't an offensive issue or something like that, or play calling where the offense can't failure to launch. Yes, there have been some slow starts offensively, but it's just as much as a team issue. And until you fix that, you're going to consistently be playing from behind in major matchups, and you're not going to win that many games. You've had to scrape and claw to win the last few.
So I've been sitting here scratching my brain because it's been a problem. It's been a problem for 2 years now, the better part of 2 years. These slow starts, particularly offensively, it's compounded when your defense can't get the hell up off the field and not allowing points. Offensively, if I had an answer, I'd give it to you. I don't think they got an answer. It's a whole lot of different things. Some games, it's maybe I think I know what it is from a play calling standpoint. They are very much so, let's go out there and see what the defense is doing and feel it out and then figure them out on the fly. You can't really do that. So maybe they need to start coming out, breaking the huddle, getting on the ball, seeing what the defense is in, and then getting a check with me like all these other schools do. Maybe they never are really a check with me offense. They don't feel like that. They're very much so the quarterback checks at the line of scrimmage. So maybe that could help out some of these offensive slow starts, these 3 and outs. Last year it was drops. This year it's a combination of things. I think it's a combination of quarterback play, lack of confidence, whatever it is, execution. Offensively, that's what it is. Defensively, I went back and thought about some of these slow starts. Guys, I thought Vandy schemed you up really, really good back in 2023 on the road.
Remember that?
They got you with a trips bunch stack, and London Humphreys hit you with a 45-yard explosive. Boom, they hit you with zipper motion. They score and then get a pick six, essentially. Now, all of a sudden, you're down 14-0 on the road in a construction site at Vanderbilt, and you're like, what the hell's going on? You find a way to climb back in that football game. Don't win it like you should, but you win it. I think back to Bama this week, that was all we've watched it ad nauseum. I think it has a lot more to do with Ty Simpson being great, individually great in that football game, and they're really, really good on offense. I think that's part of the reason there. Yeah, probably could have made some better plays on the ball, particularly to start. KJ getting an interception makes that game totally different. I think back 2024, or we'll go Tech in 2023 and in 2024, basically since Buster's been there, that dude has come out with opening scripts to just walk the football on you. And I think that's a lot to do with Buster knowing everything that is to know about your defense. And we can excuse that away. But these last couple of ones, particularly the football game against Bama in 2024, I felt like y'all came out unprepared for what it is they were going to do offensively with Milroe. The alignment was real funky defensively, and it gave up gashes in the run game. And then this year on the road against Tennessee, it was very clear to me when I turned the tape on that you were not ready for the offense that Tennessee was playing that day. You were ready for the standard Tennessee offense, and it smacked you in the face 14 for 14 to start that football game.
Me and Jay will talk about this off air, and I'll say it to you here. And I don't think this is a bad idea to do, but I do feel like Kirby Smart and Georgia's defensive staff have gotten so used to pitching to offenses and seeing what they respond with that they probably got away with a lot of that in 2021 and 22 because you can pitch different looks to an offense when you have that good of a defense out on the field. Look, it's very obvious that the talent that was on the field in 2021 and 2022 is not necessarily there. We expected that to happen. You're not going to walk out 5 first-rounders on a defense every single season. But I feel like more so than ever, offenses are taking advantage, especially in those first few drives, of having a defense that might necessarily just be saying, okay, we're going to see what the quarterback's reacting to right now, and then we'll attack. Because we've seen the second half. You don't really get to do much offensively against a Georgia in the second half. By the time they've figured out what your MO is, what your tendencies are, they've pretty much got you clamped down.
Yeah, I guess the concerning part about all of that, what you guys just said, is I don't really know what the answer is. Like I don't know what the solution here is.
Yeah.
I like my first question would be like you're talking about the defensive side. I feel like that's kind of what Georgia does offensively as well. The first offensive series is just kind of about what are they doing defensively, how are they matching up against us, where are they going to be vulnerable. All right, we're going to attack that for the remainder of the game. We talk about these offenses that have these scripts, like they script up the first drive or they script up the first 10 plays. It doesn't feel like Georgia does that, and now the slow starts are a reason why it doesn't happen. But I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. It's concerning, and you got to fix it. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line of it all is if you start out in the first half playing slightly better football, and if you are taking leads or ties into the first half of games, statistics show and data shows you are a better second half team than virtually all of it. I think the last time Georgia lost the second half was the Notre Dame game, and that was simply because they opened the game with a kickoff return.
I think they need to open up the next football game, no huddle. Check with me at the line of scrimmage. You're at home against Kentucky. It'll be quiet. Mike can sit there and tell Gunner what he's seeing. Basically, Hugh frees him for a possession. But instead of RPOing him, call beaters. You know what I mean? If we get to the line of scrimmage and we hard count, we send a motion, we hard count and see what they're doing, and then look to the sideline and go, hey, they're in cover 3. We're going to call this for you. Let's read it this way. And then and we get these fast starts. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going out there, huddling up, calling a play, getting on the line of scrimmage, seeing what they're doing, and then on play 2, we got some opportunities. I think there needs to be some check with me-isms and simplify this maybe a little bit early on and get him in a rhythm, get him in something. Now, the rebuttal to this is, Brooksy, we gave him a completion on down 1 on Saturday. He misread the damn thing. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, I'm with you. I'm with you. And last year, the excuse and the rebuttal was, Brooksy, it's 3rd and 5. I got a slant called, and the dang dude dropped it. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't know, Coach. I really don't. If they had an answer, I feel like they'd get to it. They know this isn't ideal. They know it's not ideal to start your last 8 football games down at halftime, basically. No one wants to do that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I mean, in a perfect world, the way you would start every game is how you started it against Tennessee offensively. First offensive play, we're just going to chuck it 40 yards down the field. Colby Young's going to make a great play. And your offense is rolling at that point. Everything became unlocked. It seemed like it was probably like I could do this moment for Gunner. Maybe if you can find one of those, and it doesn't have to be a 40-yard bomb, but just finding something like that or creating an explosive in the run game early on, like something like that. I mean, again, that's perfect world. Everybody wants to do that on their first drive.
But yeah, I think of all things that you want to point to as a Georgia fan to say this needs to change, this has to happen, Kirby Smart needs to do this. Just have a better first half, and you're going to be fine. Now, that's a very nuanced and holistic thing to say because there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But if you play better in the first half, the majority of the games you're going to win.
I mean, it wasn't even the first half against Notre Dame. It was the last 3 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, I think it was like 6-3 before the.
Dude, the middle 8 was a 21-0 swing, if I remember correctly, in that football game, or 17-0.
Something like that.
It was insane.
It was insane.
Because it was a strip sack fumble in your own end.
Led to a touchdown.
A touchdown, and then they returned a kick right after that to
opening,
start the second half.
Kick of the second half.
And then you go 3 and out, and they kick a field goal.
Yep.
17-0, boom, like that in the first middle 8. And those are areas of the football game that I feel like Georgia won the margins in forever, for a long, long time. And some of that stuff is leaking out. Got to start fast, but that middle 8's important too. All right. Y'all have a fantasy update for me?
We do.
How's that going, by the way?
Well, this week went much better than any other week has for me.
I didn't even see you write these on the board pre-show.
I did it when you were upstairs. So I have claimed my first victory of the entire season. Shout out to Chauncey Bowens.
Shout out, little nut.
If you guys remember correctly, Christian was nice enough to allow me to add Dwight Phillips to my roster without dropping anybody because the season was off to a very rocky start for yours truly. But Chauncey Bowens, again, had a great day. It was basically the reason why I beat Kirby this week. So shout out to him. So I'm on the board with 1 win on the season. The rule did stipulate, though, that if I added Dwight Phillips to my roster, at the first game that I won, I then had to drop somebody on my team. I have not made that decision yet, but when I do make that decision, I'll be sure to let everybody know who that player is.
Nope, you're going to do it right now. Who's getting erased off this board, Jonathan? Right now.
Move your big head.
It is a melon. I mean, I think this is a pretty
Has to be an offensive player.
It has to be a tight end, not to do your team for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has
as
to
much
be
as I had such high hopes for Lawson Lucky, but I think I'm going to have to take Lawson Lucky off the squad.
All right, we're just going to give him a nice finger erasing right there. All right, and we'll just leave the tight end right there, and we'll know that your tight end was Lawson, correct? Because you got the other one.
Well, you can write. Do you have the marker over there?
Nope.
I'll write it over there.
Okay. Well, there we go. Woo, woo.
2-point difference for him. So
really Dwight Phillips got me 2 points.
Really not that much changing. It's really Chauncey, which worries me now because I think that you're going to see Chauncey get a lot more carries coming into this year or coming into the rest of the season. And that's not good because the running back's clearly the most valuable position in this league that we have set up. So I'm worried about my future record. This is pretty much exactly what happened last year, by the way. Brooks jumped out to a 5-0 start. Trevor Etienne was the bell cow back, was having a really good game and then a really good season, and then Nate Frazier started taking up more of the carries and ended up going 0-7 the last 7 games, I think.
Yeah, it was tough.
So, yeah.
Took a fat L.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very similar last year. You know, Etienne gets banged up, stops playing as much.
And Nate Frazier took it over.
I think we need to alter this scoring metric next year so running backs aren't so heavily influenced.
Yeah, I think
probably so.
The points per carry is what really, really helps you because if your running back touches the ball 10 times a game, that's 10 points right away. Whereas if
are we PPR?
We're just point per everything.
Point
basically.
per rush, point per reception.
Maybe we need to go 2 PPR.
Ooh.
2 points per reception. Or maybe go 2x on the receiving yards because they seem to be hard to come by right about now.
I'd say next year you get to draft an offensive lineman. If they make a tackle, you get 1,000 points.
Oh, that one of those leagues?
Yeah.
That is a fun league.
Offensive lineman makes a tackle on an interception or a fumble. You get 1,000 points that week.
Tackles will be first-round picks.
Give me Juan Gasson. I get first pick. I'm taking Juan Gasson.
Nah. You got to go Monroe Freeling.
This is his 3rd year, isn't it?
This is year 2. He's a redshirt sophomore. Right?
He played in that 2023 season.
Oh yeah, he was at Vandy.
You're losing.
Is he going to be a first round draft pick this year?
Might be.
I would think so.
He's
he
playing
don't have
like
enough
one
buzz right now, though.
No, but I mean, people are going to stumble into Monroe Freeling tape in the offseason. Like, whoa, here's this guy.
Here's a guy who just didn't get beat
Yeah.
for like 12 games.
You're
What's
just not
going on
hearing
here?
about him because nobody talked about him for a good reason.
No flash, though.
No, but
That might be good. Might keep him here.
maybe.
You certainly wouldn't complain about him sticking around.
Heck no.
Not at all.
Heck no.
We've got a game coming up on Saturday.
We do. There's a football game coming up this weekend. Georgia hosting the Kentucky Wildcats this weekend. 12 o'clock kick. First nooner of the season.
First nooner of the season.
And it's an SEC matchup.
Honestly, I think it's kind of good, though, because you're getting into the early October months. It's not going to be scorching. You're not going to be out there miserable. No one loves it. Fans don't love a noon kick, obviously, but it's not the end of the world.
Did you hear what London Humphreys called it?
A donut game?
A donut game. You wake up, eat a donut, go play football.
If a donut is London Humphrey's pregame meal, that is impressive.
What was your pregame meal?
Whatever they served us.
Yeah.
We would usually have like a local like pizza shop serve us like pasta and stuff. Sometimes we'd get honey baked sandwiches.
We rode up the street and went to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A pregame meal is kind of heavy, honestly.
Nah.
Dude.
It was dope. You ate it at like 4:30. Game was at 7:30. You had plenty of time to digest.
Was it like fries and nuggets
pregame
and everything?
BM, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I once watched a teammate eat a chili dog from Steak and Shake, down a milkshake, and drink a Dr. Pepper, and then go run a mile for conditioning, and he finished first.
Oh, my God.
What's the weirdest pregame ritual your teammates ever had? I had a buddy that would get in his full pregame gear, like his full game gear, helmet, cleats, shoulder pads, get fully dressed out, and then take a nap in the weight room. He would lay on his back flat with his helmet on and take a nap. Will Higbee, he was a lunatic.
Ooh. Weirdest one I could remember is we had a guy that had to take 2 showers before the game.
Huh?
He would take one after the pregame meal, and then he'd take one before he started putting on his stuff.
Was he a germaphobe?
I don't know. It was like I don't know if it was superstitious, if it was OCD.
I had a teammate that was OCD that would have to. He was a sock shoe guy. He would put one sock on, put the cleat on, and then put the other sock on, the other cleat on, and then he would tie one shoe and then tie the other shoe, and he would like pull his laces 6 times on each shoe. Josh Gephardt played at Georgia Southern.
6 times.
I won't be outing the man's name, but I did have a teammate that would take a pregame dump, but he had to do it fully naked every time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a puker? My head football coach, I found out this is a bad time to find this out. And Kenny, if you're listening today, I apologize, sir. I found out my coach was a pregame puker, ritually pregame puker, the day before a state champ, the moment before a state championship game, my junior year. I walk into the bathroom to check my swag, like I always do. Hey, I put my eye black on. I'm a loser.
Pants on, I got my extra shoes on.
Meow, we need some dogs. I'm talking about all of it. I go in there to check my prissy little cat outfit before I go play for a state championship game, and I hear him calling the dogs over there in the bathroom stall. And he comes out, cool as a cucumber, washes his hands, slaps me on the butt, says, "Go get him." Didn't even acknowledge it. It was like regular. This is a regular thing for me. I'm in here ralphing. We lost 20-6.
Damn. I'm sorry.
I am too, man. It was gut-wrenching. Never had a chance, Kirby. Never had a chance. Buddy, we got the ball in plus territory twice. Once because of a fumble, once because of a muff punt.
Scoring?
They ran us 20-6.
Man.
One of them was a 52-yard field goal in a high school football game. Shout out my man Garrison. He's the athletic director at Landmark now. Yeah, nice. Man, it was tough. It was tough. Tough football game.
But speaking of the football game coming up, Georgia and Kentucky.
Say what now?
Georgia and Kentucky.
Is that who they're playing this weekend?
It is who they are playing.
I got film notes.
You got what?
Jay will look film.
Hold on. Huh?
I got film notes.
All right, I haven't watched Kentucky yet. So here's what I'm going to do. I think this is a good opportunity for me to tell you who I think they are, having not watched them in heavy action this year, and see if I'm correct.
All right.
Let's do this. All right. Big bodies everywhere. Just huge dudes. Offensive line, big backs, jittery bug wide receivers?
Big bodies.
Big bodies. Big dudes?
Yeah, I would say so. It's a big football team. I don't know that they really have jitterbugs at wide receiver. I think that's kind of where they're lacking right now.
No Berrien Browns?
No.
Okay.
One of my notes is I don't think that they have a vertical threat in this offense right now.
All right, well, I expect defensively, used to they were a 3-4 football team. They've moved more to a 4-2-5 structure, playing out of the nickel, playing a whole lot of some zone pressures. Never really in man-to-man unless they're cover zeroing you.
Yeah, from what I saw in the South Carolina game, a lot of zone.
Okay, so we're correct there. All right, offensively, I think their identity should be out of the eye, whether that be under the center or in pistol, 2 tight ends on the field, almost all downs out of heavy 12 attached, and they're trying to run duo, trying to run downhill.
It's majority of saw pistol in this game.
Okay.
But yeah, tight ends on the field. Yeah, standard operation there.
Huge dudes out of the pistol running the rock. That's what they got offensively.
Yeah, but it's interesting because from the plays that I saw them running the ball, specifically Seth McCown, like this seems to be the guy that they try to utilize in the run game the most. They're not trying to gush you up the middle. He was trying to bounce it the entire time against South Carolina. He was having success. They were capturing the edge against the Gamecocks, and he was able to create a few explosive runs for them. They got him into field scoring position, so that put them in a really good position there. But I would say that the run game isn't all that fantastic. Like, I don't think they have one of these dudes that they have had in previous years at running back that they feel comfortable.
Snell?
Yeah, that they just feed the entire
No
game.
Rodriguez back there?
Yeah, don't see one of those this year. O-line, because they're in, like, I see people kind of giving us crap for saying, oh, an SEC team with big bodies. This is different. Go watch.
Yeah, these dudes, their left tackle's like 6'10", isn't he?
Go look at Kentucky's offensive line. It's a different big. It's not like a Georgia big or an Alabama big. It's a different kind of big. It's
a Brett Bielema at Arkansas big.
Yeah. So because of that, they're pretty good at run game. They were moving people off the line against South Carolina. They had success there, but in pass pro, it's bad. South Carolina just twisted and stunted them the entire game, and those boys just could not keep up. I mean, they were miscommunicating. It looked like it was just a clutter. It was a cluster. You know what? Constantly when it came to their offensive line, in my opinion. I mean, it felt like South Carolina had guys in the backfield for the entire game if they wanted to. When it came to passing the ball.
The center's 6'5", 320.
Yeah, dude. It's just big bodies.
Or excuse me, that's the right guard. The center is, 6'4", 325.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The left guard, number 75, is 6'6", 342. The left tackle, number 73, is 6'8", 322 pounds. Shayaza Pite from the Navajo Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Shayaza. Love it.
So
their right tackle, hold on. We got to round this out.
All right.
Because chat didn't believe you. Their right tackle, 6'7", 315.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Big boys.
So my assumption would be that because of their size, they're probably not very athletic.
No,
which would mean they're not very good in pass pro.
Get them ran around.
That's basically what they
Chris
did.
called me, man.
I'm telling you, South Carolina just did a bunch of different things up front, and they were sacking the quarterback constantly. So I'm not saying that's going to be Georgia's game plan, but
Zach.
But South Carolina, he's not the quarterback.
Who's starting?
I think his name's Cutter Boley.
Oh, the sophomore for them?
Yeah.
The kid that beat out Vandegrift last year?
Yeah, he was a starter for them against South Carolina, and that poor kid just didn't even have a chance, unfortunately. As I mentioned earlier, I didn't really see them chucking the ball deep, and when he did, he got picked off because he got nailed in the face when he threw it, and so the ball was in the air for 50 years, and South Carolina came away with the interception. So I don't really see them chucking the ball downfield a whole lot, but there was twice against South Carolina where they threw some tight end arrow action at them, and the tight end picked up some big yards.
I remember this game last year for being, if Brock Vandegrift legs didn't exist, they don't move the football.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, they didn't really move the football that much anyways.
No, I mean, they got into field goal range due to your offense being anemic and Brock Vandegrift's legs and a couple of throws.
Yeah.
He had a comeback and a deep ball on Dalen, did he not? My memory serves me correct?
Yes.
I believe
that was
so.
it. That was the extent of their offensive efficiency a year ago.
Yeah, man.
I remember leaving this game having sources tell me that they had a lot of tells on this football team from stuff that the man Bush Hardman did out there at Boise State.
Really?
Yeah, because, that's what teams do. When you're playing a football team, you go back and search through their history as coordinators for about 3 years because your staffs are that large. You do all kinds of research. You figure out who their identity is dating back to basically as long as they've been calling plays, if you have that kind of bandwidth.
So you mean Ryan Grubb going back and checking Georgia's tape against Ohio State in 2022 isn't that unique and isn't something that should be talked about ad nauseum?
Yeah, the idea of scouting an opponent that you're going to play and call plays against for the first time in your career, by the way. Yeah, and you have a bye week, you better be digging all the way back to Ohio State 2023. Yes, you better be digging that far back.
And do you think that going back that far and judging players from 3 years ago would indicate that Georgia's defense has gotten stale?
Yeah, that's what I keep seeing is like Georgia's defense is stale. It's because they haven't changed anything. They get to go do that, and they just pick us apart.
The core philosophies of Georgia football defensively have been the same exact thing since Dan Lanning left, basically. So, no, there's not – that's what you should do as a football coach. Also, I don't think there's any necessary – like the idea that Georgia hasn't changed philosophically since then is also false because this is a football team that bumped into the 3-3-5 against this Alabama football team that you're talking about last year. They've changed things every once in a while defensively. So, yeah, you should probably be doing your research that far back. I don't think that's crazy at all. I think he wouldn't be doing his job properly if he wasn't digging that deep into the history of the defense that he's about to go call plays against on the road.
Yeah. It was just very obvious to me how people
also there's a very strong possibility that watching Georgia tape from a year ago in the Alabama versus Georgia matchup is 100% useless to this football staff right now at Alabama because they're not doing what they did last year at Alabama this year at Alabama. They're doing what Washington did several years ago with Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer now at Alabama. Also, I think there is a far more similarity stylistically for what Ohio State does at the quarterback and wide receiver position right now and what Alabama does, far more similarities in that matchups than what Alabama did a year ago offensively and what they do currently. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like what C.J. Stroud and that offense does or did and how they operated Ohio State is very similar to what Alabama is trying to do right now. So, yeah, philosophically, it makes sense to go back and watch that game.
I just feel like that needed to be addressed because I don't know if fans necessarily understand that you study years worth of tape and years worth of tendencies from coaches, no matter where they are.
Yeah.
I don't think that everyone grasped that.
FYI, I went ahead and looked it up. South Carolina had 6 sacks and 10 tackles for loss against Kentucky this past weekend.
How many times did Kentucky run the football in that game?
Because
they were down pretty quickly.
41 times.
They ran the ball 41 times and got sacked 6 times.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, when they threw the ball 19 times and they got sacked 6 times.
Well, that means they dropped back 26. Yeah,
I know.
Times or so. Damn.
Yeah.
How many scrambles did he have?
He had 9 carries.
So he got rushed off his spot 3 times, too. That didn't get counted as a sack.
9 carries for minus 31 yards. Since we're kind of on this topic.
Yikes!
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, it just was not pretty. I do want to ask this, though, because this has also been kind of a hot topic that I've been seeing. It's Davin Bellamy, the guy who's throwing it around, not to hide anything. But he talks about how he feels like Jarvis Jones is missing from this team, him being on the sidelines and what he brings to this coaching staff. Do you think that could be impacting this at all?
I mean, yeah, you lost that guy in the middle of the summer, right?
Like right before the season started.
Yeah, you lost Jarvis in July. And that was, to be honest, that was Jarvis's entire job. His job was to coach rushers, in my understanding of his role. Look, Davin played the position at a really, really high level. If he thinks there is an issue going on, like I saw some work of his today of identifying a problem with a Jordan Hall pass rush where Jordan Hall's working in an area of the field that he shouldn't be working. He should just be pushing the pocket. Those are types of intricacies about that position in particular that, dude, I was on the other side figuring out how to stop you. I don't know how you're coached to get after it. This is a guy that was coached to do so 5 or 6 years ago in this in this defense. So I'm not one to sit here and go, he's incorrect. Say what?
Try 8 or 9.
8 or 9. I'm not one to sit here and say, hey, this is incorrect information or whatever, what have you.
No, yeah.
My input on that football game is, I don't care if you got freaking Jadeveon Clowney in his prime over there. It ain't like you getting home 7 times in that football game. That's my opinion.
I think there's a difference in saying like, oh, the pass rush sucks. And then I saw where Bellamy said something about how he feels like there's maybe a lack of a plan from some of the guys. I think that's different. I think that he's pointing out some things that he would obviously know about. And so
he's also pointing out, like oftentimes I do, he's probably pointing out things they're coaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because we see it as a deficiency doesn't mean they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're trying to get after it and make it improve as well. I also think like some of these, I don't have a rush plan. And again, I want to preface it all with he knows more than me about that specific issue. The whole we don't have a rush plan could be the fact that they're throwing the ball on 1st and 10 and we're taught to make sure we're playing rundowns properly. A lot of that could be them catching you off guard. But I'm with them. There was a lot of, I'm just going to try to run through this guy. No, you ain't. No, you're not. Yeah. You're not running through those guys. No, you're not.
You're not running through Caden Proctor.
No, you're not. You're not running through him. So I'm with Davin in that sense for sure.
Gotcha.
So this does feel like a get-right game for Georgia. And if it's not, you've got other problems on your hand. But stylistically, it does not favor Kentucky at all. Kentucky is very clearly going to try to run the football, probably to no avail. I think that we've seen that their defense isn't necessarily equipped to stop a running attack like Georgia's. I feel like this is a good you should feel good coming into this game if you're a Georgia fan.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and watch my Davin Bellamy interview. I just remembered 4 years ago on this channel, we had him on here for 47 minutes breaking down defense. Yeah. Like, he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt that at all.
So, yeah, I take what he says with value every time. Shout out to Bellamy.
We have a nostalgia tape if you would like to.
Do we?
We do.
Don't tap the screen. All right? You hear me?
What is this?
Don't tap the screen.
Okay, I won't tap the screen.
Okay.
Where'd this
Don't
attitude
pause.
come from?
Don't rewind. Don't do none of that. Just watch the film. Try and guess who it is, okay?
I think this does come from
Everything all right?
It will be if you don't touch the screen.
Okay. Who's going to pause it for me?
We're not going to.
Okay.
So quit asking.
Oh, man. Ooh. This looks a little Kenny McIntoshy. Hold on. No, that knee drive's not high enough. He looks too stiff. Oh, is this Chauncey Bowens?
This is Chauncey
Bowens.
This is Chauncey Bowens.
The
knee drive gave it away. And we're going to see an all-22 cut here in about 2 plays, I think, where that made us call him Quadzilla. Wait till you see the all-22 cut on there. Oh, my Lord. This one right here. Look at the quads on this joker. What? You laughing at the quads? Dude, Quadzilla on this man in high school. He's out here running 10-4. Oh, he picks up a fumble right here and takes it to the crib. Look at how bow-legged and quadzilla he is, man.
Good Lord.
Yeah, buddy.
It's terrifying.
I think he was heavier in high school than he is now.
Yeah, I think they've slimmed him out a little bit.
Good cuts. You see that now in him. He stayed up. Oh, my Lord.
He looks like Michael Turner in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
A little bit.
Just built like a fridge.
Built like a fridge is crazy.
Is he?
Dude, he's playing with a bum ankle right there. You see that tape job?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a dead giveaway football knowledge, by the way. If you see an athlete with only one ankle taped, that ankle is hurt. All right, so if you're an athletic trainer anyway, I don't care if you don't believe in spatting or whatever. If you got a player whose left ankle is hurt, you need to tape both ankles. All right, that's just general AT knowledge.
If you're going to spat it, yeah.
Yeah.
Spat
I mean, they did this multiple games over, man. He's out here on a bum ankle.
It also doesn't appear to be mattering that much.
No, it doesn't, but, I mean, it's something to take note. I mean, it's a tough football player. We obviously know that now about him at Georgia, but this dude playing through injury in high school, most kids don't do that.
Is this your biggest surprise of the season so far?
I mean, he's a surprise for me in the sense that, like, he is now the featured back. I don't think going into the season anybody would have confidently said that. We heard a lot about Bo Walker during fall camp. Obviously heard a lot about Nate. But Chauncey continued to have a just solid, overwhelming performance. I heard a lot of Dejon Edwards with juice. That's what he looks like to me. He looks like Dejon Edwards that can take you 90 out of nowhere. Oh, subtle movements too, man. You see that now. The best play he made on Saturday was one of the checkdowns. He catches a football, pirouettes, sees the linebacker as soon as he lands on the ground, sticks his foot in the ground and makes a guy miss. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
That dude has elite tape so far throughout, 4 or 5 games so far? I keep forgetting how many
I
games
remember
they've played.
last year when he got some touches, it looked good. There was just not enough touches or not enough attempts to go around for him to get as much as he did this past weekend.
Yep. All right, we got a lot of things coming up on the channel this week. We're obviously going to watch a lot more film coming up. But I do have some breaking news here on the network.
Oh, really?
Some absolute, as professional, big time as it can humanly possibly get, boys. We're going big time this next week.
Before we do that, I hate to interrupt your segment here. It is the final day of the month.
Yeah?
And you do have some debts you have to pay.
For what? Por qué?
For your football brain.
You're going to make me wear a football helmet in the middle of a massive professional announcement?
You made a commitment.
We're in the final
It's
waning
time to
minutes of
pay
the
up.
show, unfortunately.
You waited till now,
I don't make the rules, man.
so I'm sorry.
Honest to God, the biggest opportunity of my professional career, and you're going to make me wear a helmet in the midst of announcing it?
If not, then you just don't own up to what you're not a man of your word.
Yeah. Brooks
That's
Austin,
fine. If
not
you
a
wanna
man
be
of
that
his
guy.
word. Oh, he's leaving the glasses on. I was
can't
going to
leave
say.
the glasses on. I'll break them. Do we have to strap up too?
Nah, you don't have to.
All right. Start the clock. We got 90 seconds.
AI?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got a massive announcement. I can't see nothing right now. Got a massive announcement. For the first time in the Film Guy Network history of this program, we are debuting an all 22 film breakdown on the massive big network, SEC Network, next Tuesday. Yours truly breaking down all 22 film footage on the mothership. Paul Feinbaum, the Film Guy Network, breaking down tape only way I can right here from Mom's basement. Strap up, let's go, baby! Woo!
Everything on the desk just fell over. That was incredible. He brought the juice, dude. It's like the Green Goblin mask.
It's the Green Goblin mask.
How much time do we have left, AI? Oh, dude,
40
more
seconds.
seconds in the helmet.
Got any more questions?
You kind of look like a Kentucky Wildcat right now.
Oh,
He's going Lenoris.
oh yeah. Give us
He's going,
the specs.
He's going Lenoris.
Give us
Oh,
the
yeah.
specs.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you look like
Ready! Ready! Easy, easy, easy.
Can't play quarterback with that.
Omaha! Set!
He actually looks like Brolsworth.
Ooh, he does
Bro,
look like
that's crazy.
Brosworth.
That's what you look like.
Why is that crazy? Greatest.
That is a football
R.I.P.
legend.
one of the greatest walk-ons of all time.
R.I.P.
That is a legend right there. I would take that like one of the biggest compliments of my entire
By
life.
the way, most underrated chin strap of all time. Okay? The old, old double clip. Nowadays, y'all got them zipper craps. So y'all just zip, and all your helmets are falling off left and right.
I don't know.
Snorri.
I feel like
Snorris is crazy. That's insane, bro.
I don't know. Did you ever get hit in the chin with that chin strap though?
No. Bro, if you're getting hit in the chin, first of all, I don't have one. So that's the first thing you should remember about my facial structure. There is no chin. Secondly, no, if you get hit in the chin, you're doing it all wrong. Like it's probably going to hurt anyways. The only time I ever got hit in the chin is when the helmet slid up and you're walking around like this and you go, gah.
Yeah.
You get one of those. But other than that, no, I never really got hit in the chin. Also stopped wearing a mouthpiece the last year of my college career. That was a little bit bold.
Well, AJ Hawk says you shouldn't wear a mouthpiece.
Interesting.
Have you seen that? He says it's what causes concussions because the way
That doesn't seem scientific.
No, he says it's the way that your jaw.
That doesn't seem scientifically factual.
Don't shoot the messenger. He says it's the way your jaw sits because when you have a mouthpiece in, creates more impact within the head trauma or something.
I thought the
like that.
worst thing for the head trauma was when your teeth collide.
Yeah,
I
don't
could
know.
see that.
Maybe. Which, by the way, it's been 50 seconds. So you can take the helmet off unless you want to do the last 3 minutes.
It's been a while.
Feel good?
It feels like riding a bike. It feels natural.
Does it feel good?
You know, the first day you get back in helmets, though, you get a little neck stiffness.
Oh, neck stick?
Yeah, a little neck soreness.
I always got headaches right
That's
here
why.
on my forehead.
That's why you get in the gym and you work that neck. You know what I mean? You get in there and you work that neck.
All right.
I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be back tomorrow.